100%. 100%.
Biceps on the beat.
Flashbacks shine like flashing lights at the end of the tunnel. Flashbacks shine like flashing lights at the end of the tunnel.
I got these flashbacks, feeling worth the cash, stack. Honest with all the stash, yet there be no backlash. Luckily was no hot flash. My life they know we had. Listen, my story still hate me or trash. Flashbacks shine like flashing lights, like when I knock a hater's lights out. Flashbacks shine like flashing lights, like when throw hands but they start fights now. You think you can play me? Trying to tell me what you say to me? That you're trying to frame me for shit? Nah, I never did cause you haters are shit. Accusing me of this thing while my mom is persisting that I wasn't do no harm. That these kids torment me all through charm. Cause I was just a global bro who wanted friends and a girl to show. But instead was treated like an outcast. Though I was skilled, I was always that last. Which made me work harder to all leave them in the past. That's why I never change. Every one of them don't last. Always accept through
Flashbacks shine like flashing lights at the end of the tunnel. Flashbacks shine like flashing lights at the end of the tunnel.
Always wanted me to try to reach my dreams. Always wanted me to be safe away from schemes. Flashbacks of another time, dearly true to me. Flashbacks of another me, way before you see. Always wanted me to try to reach my dreams. Always wanted me to be safe away from schemes. Flashbacks of another time, dearly true to me. Flashbacks of another me, way before you see. Flashbacks of all the times I'll remember forever. From roller coaster rides to crab fishing together. Spending time with you, then out a month up in your back. When I jumped off the cliff and I almost got injured. So I always wanted me to try to reach my dreams. Always wanted me to be safe away from schemes. Flashbacks of another time, dearly true to me. Flashbacks of another me, way before you see. Always wanted me to try to reach my dreams. Always wanted me to be safe away from schemes. Flashbacks of another time, dearly true to me. Flashbacks of another me, way before you see. Shout a ringside for me to hit him, and I hit him just like off the ice. If I gotta hit him, then I'll shake him. And you always love my creativity, start from my drawings, but constantly reminiscing. Flashbacks don't leave me falling, so I'm always wanted me to try to reach my dreams. Always wanted me to be safe away from schemes. Flashbacks of another time, dearly true to me. Flashbacks of another me, way before you see. Always wanted me to try to reach my dreams. Always wanted me to be safe away from schemes. Flashbacks of another time, dearly true to me. Flashbacks of another me, way before you see. Biceps on the boss. Before dawn. Lost before dawn. Lost before dawn. Lost before dawn. After 5 was the lost before dawn. Lost before dawn. Lost before dawn. Lost before dawn. Afterwards we need to decide our minds. Trying to get the food bagel massive with designs. Many kinds of flavors, got the bacon, egg, and cheese. I know my mama loves some sprinkle with some
may feel like you gotta hit that reset button.
Reset, reset, hit him with the reset. Reset, reset, hit him with the reset. You next, you bet I win or hit the reset. Reset, reset, hit him with the reset. Reset, reset, hit him with the reset. Reset, reset, hit him with the reset. You next, you bet I win or hit the reset. Reset, reset, hit him with the reset. Reset, I'm first to Caleb, man. I'm current living through auto save. This is great, you can't change. Reset, reset, hit him with the reset. Feel blessed, de-stress, hit him with the de-step. You're way too confused, need a standard tempo. Tryna mess with me, I'll double the grind, it's simple. Thinking with the future, homie, nothing will protect now. Tap the button, dark within me, go through your reflector. Tryna play Mario Kart, me tryna go and scheme. Now lose the race, hit the reset and lose steam. Like a mad party, you just gonna be so bitter. While my mom raised me is no quitter. Nor I'll hit the reset, reset, hit him with the reset. Reset, reset, hit him with the reset. You next, you bet I win or hit the reset. Reset, reset, hit him with the reset. Reset, reset, hit him with the reset. Reset, reset, hit him with the reset. You next, you bet I win or hit the reset. Reset, reset, hit him with the reset.
Who said who's next? OP with the move set. Sally Night Life, but the chopper make you two step. Gas in the blunt, how I reset. Yeah, how I de-stress. Moon falling down every day, need a reset. Call me Life Link, always swinging at the pieces. Bottle of the red potion, feeling decent. Come around here in the click, get your decent. Snakes slither around, I can feel it in my G-sense. Smoke them like some G-pens. Life falling into place, sort of pieces. Ain't no middle ground, or at least that's my thesis. Why I'm always high, got like 6 billion reasons. Hit them with the
reset, reset, hit him with the reset. Reset, reset, hit him with the reset. You next, you bet I win or hit the reset. Reset, reset, hit him with the reset. Reset, reset, hit him with the reset. Reset, reset, hit him with the reset. You next, you bet I win or hit the reset. Reset, reset, hit him with the reset.
These zips on the beat.
Three P, 3P, 3P, 3P. Sips and bricks, sips and bricks, sips and bricks, sips and bricks. 3 sips and bricks, sips and bricks. 3P, 3P, sips and bricks. 3P, sips and bricks. 3P, 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 sips and bricks. 3P. Sips and bricks, baby. This is 3P. Sips and bricks, baby. B, sips and Freddy bricks, baby. Sips and bricks, 1 with the cocoa. Sips and bricks, 2 with the tryptano. Sips and bricks, 3 finally here. Oh, days and the days, they be sipping at the blazing. It's not just a fucking good day, it's a fucking good Friday. Chilling all day, cooking all this heat. Every year we get more fans, they be jamming in the street. Sips and bricks, 3, we winning, no cheat sheet. 3P, running laps like insane. All these other rappers lame. All these other creators lame. In the street, what all they do is shame. 3P, 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 3P. Sips and bricks, sips and bricks, sips and bricks, sips and bricks. 3 sips and bricks, sips and bricks. 3P, 3P, sips and bricks. 3P, sips and bricks. 3P, 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 sips and bricks. 3P. Sips and bricks, baby. That's 3P. Sips and bricks, baby. V, sips and Freddy bricks, baby.
3P, running shit like a track meet. She know I am that clean. Who is Freddy B? Yep, that's me, and that's V. Dope boy living now like how I'm living though. Pull up in the whip, skirt, kiss, silly hoe. Narcissistic clone, so I'm really kinda love hoe. That's on my soul. 3P, running shit like a track meet. She know I am that clean. Who is Freddy B? Yep, that's me, and that's V.
3P, 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 3P. Sips and bricks, sips and bricks, sips and bricks, sips and bricks. 3 sips and bricks, sips and bricks. 3P, 3P, sips and bricks. 3P, sips and bricks. 3P, 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 sips and bricks. 3P.
Real true, ay, 100%, 100%.
I believe we are live. Yo, what's up everyone? This is V-Sips. Welcome to the channel. Another Summer Game Fest 2022 showcase live stream going down today. If you're watching live or as a playback, thank you so much. But if you are watching as a playback, don't worry, and live, you guys have less than 8 minutes till the show begins. So if you are watching this after this was live streamed, just fast forward 8 minutes from now and the show will be beginning. But for those who are here live right now, what's up everyone? My name is V-Sips. I cover all kinds of gaming live streams, live reactions. I do gameplay streams and lots more events here on the V-Sips channel, the main V-Sips channel. So thank you guys for coming through. We'll be doing shout outs to everyone who's here live and everyone who retweets the stream as well. With the pinned comment gets a shout out too. So let's get some shout outs to everyone who's here first, and then we'll be making our way over to watch the Tribeca game showcase, and then after that watching Freedom Games. Last year Tribeca had Kenna, they had Death Stranding, and they had many guests like Reggie Fils-Aimé, Kojima, and a lot more. It was a good showcase last year when we covered it. And Freedom Games, I don't remember we covered Freedom Games last year. I'm not 100% sure if we did last year, but we're checking them out this year. It's a very indie game niche showcase for that one, so it's gonna be a lot of fun for that as well. But let's get these shoutouts in for all of the members of the clique coming through live. Shoutouts to the 7 concurrent viewers here right now, just to start up. Shoutouts to Gone Hunter, yo, Red Badge Gang in the building. Shoutouts to Ash Off the Chain, who is second here. Also, Red Badge Gang in the building. Shoutouts to Golden Playhouse, welcome to the stream. Shout out to Freddie Bricks, cheers bro. Sips of Bricks 3 out now, all major music services. Thank you so much, everyone coming through. Ash Off the Chain says, I'm just laying down playing some PS5. Nice, what you playing? I was just looking at the Last of Us remaster, trying to see how and why they're supposed to a remake releasing when this game already looks amazing. Here's how I feel about the Last of Us remake. People need to realize, like, I feel the same way you do, Astral, but, and the word but here has an enormous asterisk. They're solely making this remake to tie in with the Netflix series, and it seems like all these big content creators that are Nintendo focused that aren't smart enough to understand how things work in media, they think, oh, why is this even being made? And it's like, yeah, I understand. The original game came out 9 years ago, not even a decade ago. I agree with the stance that it doesn't make sense for it to be remade. But the reason why is because it's a tie-in to the the new series coming to HBO. So that's the reason why it's being remade. People who are like making up stories about why it's being remade is like honestly kind of brain dead. I've been seeing a lot of on my timeline lately. I've been seeing a lot of Xbox, Sony ponies, Nintendo cucks. It's just too many people. They just align themselves with a piece of plastic. And it's like, bro, you're fucking weird. Just play games, enjoy them. And if you have problems, speak up. Like, like that's the issue I have right now. Because gaming as a whole, I love gaming. But I hate dealing with people who don't know better about gaming. You know what I mean, Astral? I'm not saying you, I'm saying like people who don't know better outside of our community. Shoutouts to Golden Playoffs says nothing much, is looking up tips how to save ammo in Resident Evil 4 and then remember those tips and get better at the game. Yeah, especially with the Resident Evil remake which is coming, which if anything, that game I think is more deserving of a remake. However, the reason why that's being remade is because it is an older game that should be remade. While in comparison to Last of Us, it really doesn't need a remake, but it's being remade to tie in with the new TV series. That's literally the only reason why they're doing it. And also to add a jump button. And Golden Playhouse then said after that, it does not matter who you shoot, the only thing that they want you to do is escape the village. And yo, Nightjuan says hello, hello. Hello, Nightjuan. Welcome to the stream. Great to see you too. Hope you're doing good. Shouts to Ace. Red Badge Gang in the building. With the hype emo says, yo, hype still working right now though, so I'll be lurking. All good. And B-Leaf coming through too. Shouts to B-Leaf. Hope you've been doing good, bro. Hope everything's been going well, man. Hope you're not working too much today after last night. Oh, man. Let's move over screens real quick.
Real true, ay, 100%, 100%.
Oh, man. Yo, shout-outs
to everyone coming through. Hope everyone's ready to see some dope games today. We're going to be seeing some Cuphead today for sure. I know that. That's like the main thing I want to see is some new Cuphead gameplay. Something different from what we saw at Summer Game Fest. That's the main thing I'm excited for this Tribeca game show. And then later for Freedom Games, it's going to be a lot of even smaller indie style games. So the two showcases today are definitely going to be very fun and entertaining, but they're going to be very chill and like laid back. We'll be talking to a lot of these developers themselves here. It's be great. Golden Plus says, this remake might be good, but please don't be woke and have Abby in it. Oh, if they find some way to incorporate Abby into the game now, oh my god, that would be horrible. Shouts to H2DK with the Yusuke oof emote. How you doing, yo? Welcome to the stream, H2DK. 100% click coming through. Shouts to Jakin. How you been, bro? How you been, Jakin? Says, I barely shot anyone in Resident Evil 4. You could just run past them. That's true, too. You definitely could just do that. I still remember when I first played that game on my GameCube. Oh, man. Those are the days. Back when Resident Evil 4 was GameCube exclusive. If anyone remembers that era. But yes, for everyone who's here for Tribeca Game Showcase, they will be starting very soon. Last year, they had Kenna. They also had Death Stranding last year, too. So, and they had Reggie Fils-Aimé arrive as a guest. They also had Kojima last year too, and it very well could be possible Reggie comes back again. Reggie and Tribeca, they've always had a passionate connection, like a business relationship. And even when we covered an award show, I think Tribeca themselves had an award show. They had Reggie hosting it, and we live streamed it. For those who remember that live stream and were there for that. But yo, one thing we need to do, we need to hit that like button to help the algorithm out. And we gotta share the stream. So if you guys are enjoying the stream and you're ready for some good times and good vibes, let our friends be notified of the good times and good vibes. Because when you hit the like button, it helps YouTube push the content and the stream out for more people to see. And when you share the stream on Twitter and or Discord, or just in general, be like, hey yo, homie, our friend V-Sips is live, come through. That's all we gotta do to get the community together. So thank you all for being here, yo. Golden Playhouse says facts. And also people on Twitter are brain dead. There's people who think and claim Last of Us needed a remake. And that's the thing too. People who are claiming that Last of Us needed a remake are wrong. Especially the people who are comparing the PS5 version to the PS3 version. Like no shit that there's going to be a huge contrast. But if you compare the PS5 version to the PS4 upgraded version on PS5, they look so similar. But the reason why that game is even being remade is, like I said, solely for the Netflix tie-in or HBO, whichever fucking service that stupid TV show is going to be on. Like, that's basically what's going to happen. But yo, the show's actually about to begin, guys. Less than 35 seconds till the show starts. Hope the volume isn't too loud. I'm going to lower it a little bit. That should be better now. Yo, thank you all so much for coming to the stream. This is it. Tribeca and Freedom Games 2022 Showcase Summer Game Fest. 100% click in the building. Going down right here, right now. And yeah, a Code Veronica remake would be great. Going to Playhouse. I would love to have that. And Nighthorn says, I remember playing all the Resident Evil... I remember playing Resident Evil Remake and Zero on GameCube before Resident Evil 4. Oh yeah? Oh, show starts now. Now I gotta mute this though, because that's a copyright claim right there. Oh, what a way to start. They immediately jump right into a copyright claim. Like, nah, I'm good. Like, I don't need that Harry Styles music. Like, they didn't have to go in immediately like that. They didn't do that last year. Hey, definitely gonna get some Cuphead today. Ooh, we're gonna get a Plague's Tale today too, which is cool. Okay, because I know a lot of people are hyped for that, for the sequel to that game.
For joining us for the second annual Tribeca Games Spotlight.
Several of Tribeca's selections this year are second acts as well. Sequels that return to worlds or characters that we love, and fresh perspectives and new adventures.
Some tell stories about family, cultural identity, and coming of age as a child.
Hey, 1 like away from 10 like hype. Let's go.
That never stops changing.
They invite us.
Astro says, anyone ever played Dying Light Part 1?
Familiar.
I never played it, but for that price, that's a good price.
Simply just cook a meal with people we love.
Others
And
explore
Chelsea B. Leaf
ideas
says,
about the
isn't
future
Pedro
of
Pascal the
storytelling,
lead for The Last of Us show on HBO?
or technology.
To be honest, I'm not sure who's the one that's leading.
Think, play, and challenge ourselves. Whether that means a much needed break from the worries of our daily lives, or an experience that tells us something true about what it means to be alive.
Whatever you're looking for, chances are you're gonna find a little bit of it in these games.
Here are the 2022 Tribeca Games selection.
It isn't always easy going back to the place where you grew up. For Jala, the star of Thirsty Suitors, going back home for her sister's
Hashtag
wedding,
10 like hype in the chat.
facing unresolved issues with her family, her friends, and a string of
Right.
angry exes.
All the copyright
As
music.
Jala, you're going to be forced to confront everything that you have been avoiding through cooking challenges and colorful turn-based battles, where you're going to be face-to-face with the biggest adversary of all, the decisions you made in the past. Hope your bag is packed. It's time for a trip back home with Thirsty Suitors.
Outer Loop Games is a fully remote studio that we started 5 years ago with the idea of making games about underrepresented cultures and themes.
The studio is about 15 folks, and we're scattered from Seattle, Washington to Vancouver, to the UK, Toronto, east coast of US, like New York, and then 2 in Brisbane.
The audio is definitely not
called Falcon Age. It's an action adventure game
that loud.
about raising a falcon
portion.
and fighting colonizers.
Falcon Age was the first time I personally have ever worked closely with someone else who's brown and South Asian on a team. I'd been in the industry for about 8 years by that point, so that's actually pretty shocking when you think about it. And I think one of the great things about that for me was the kind of conversations you can have, the kind of work that you can do, and you're coming from a similar basis and a similar background and experience. That's why I was really excited about working on Thirsty Suitors.
Hey y'all. You've been reckless with other people's hearts for so long, Jala. It was a matter of time before you wrecked your own. Morning, Ma.
Thirsty Suitors is an action-adventure RPG about immigrant culture, resolving relationships, family pressure, and finding oneself.
Timber Hills, our hometown. I still don't get why we're back here.
Jala is an extremely relatable character for anyone who's really had that moment of moving away from home and then coming back. She sometimes isn't quite aware of the things that she's doing in terms of like hurting people.
Maybe I should just call Tyler and get it over with. I mean, yes, Tyler's your ex-bestie, but she's also your ex. The ex.
She's kind of a hot mess at the beginning of the game, and that sets up an interesting dynamic for the player to get to know each of her exes.
Because your third grade boyfriend just walked in the door.
Every time you battle one of your exes, they go into their own inner space, like a fantasy land.
You look surprised to see me, Jala.
What is this, a dance battle or is this a battle? Like, I'm confused.
So the way we design combat is based on like a non-violent beating up of each other. What I consciously did was not to have any punches that connect. All the props are being used as thrown objects, or punches and kicks exist, but they only exist in the form of like a holographic fist that comes out.
Come on, Sergio. Let's dance.
Did I mention I spent a year abroad? I learned a lot of new moves in Milan.
Trying to distract me with your chest hair is definitely cheating.
When we started thinking about the visual inspiration,
But that's not distracting a thirsty taunt.
The lightheartedness and the theme of the game that I wanted to.
Like they're trying to flirt with each other in battle. Like what?
That felt light, that felt bold, graphic, with vivid colors.
Like I'm pretty sure if you're fighting someone.
I have loved you since our hands met, reaching for the same tub of
I don't know.
lime green Play-Doh in 3rd grade.
I kind of want to just see Cuphead now.
This is the longest conversation we've had in over a decade.
I enjoyed the fact that this game is about reconciliation, because that's something that a lot of people don't get to do in real life.
I'm sorry.
Like I get like I get what they're going for thematically with the game, like a game about going back home, dealing with your past, and just reconciliating with people, and it's not like real fighting, like, you know what I mean? So like I get where it's going from, I get where it's going for, or what it's going for. It's just,
learning things from your
I don't know.
parents and being able to pass those on.
I was like a little hooked at first
Jala's
until like
journey,
it just
being
completely
able to
like changed
rebuild
up
that relationship with
to
her
what I thought it
parents.
was gonna be.
It's an outlet for her to be able to do that on their grounds and, you know, reconnect with her culture.
There's a skateboarding portion too, I guess.
games
Okay,
is
cool.
really
So there's multiple forms of
I didn't
gameplay in
want
this
to
game.
make, like a hardcore skate simulator. So the way I've designed the game is to make the players be able to do fun-looking things like wall run grinds and other acrobatic tricks.
That's pretty
on
cool.
skateboard without the complexity of button inputs.
From where we're coming from, we're making this game.
Yeah, it's definitely different. That's for sure. Yeah, definitely different, Naihuan.
And people of color and particularly like South Asians, so that they can see themselves. But I think it's also a very enjoyable act of like speculation and fantasy for anyone else. You know, come be part of this. We're making a role-playing game.
HCD cases. I don't understand this game at all. There's a lot going on here, to be honest.
Living their life. And I think
But-
that's kind of what we want to give players, this idea of being very grounded in Jala, this very specific character.
I think I have, like I mentioned, it's a game about coming back home after being away and just seeing life being different, reconciling with people that you had problems with safe fights, essentially, where there's no punches or kicks, but I don't know. And then there's the skateboarding portions, I guess, and the cooking portions too. It's called Thirsty Suitors.
Imagine a world where the richest people on the planet move to Mars in the midst of a climate catastrophe. In the Cub, that's the question facing a child who has found a way to survive in the ruins of a mutated Earth. But when the ultra-rich return on an expedition...
As they say, it's grounded. Go Hunter in the chat says, not very grounded.
Demagogue Studio is a group of filmmakers, writers, architects, musicians, animators and developers who make interactive experiences for a generation that might just live to witness the end times. We started experimenting with a couple of satirical games that led to Golf Club Wasteland, our first commercial success. Currently, we Demagogues are working on 2 games, one of which is a prequel and sequel to Golf Club Wasteland, a 2D cinematic platformer called The Cub.
Okay. So it's a prequel and a sequel, this game.
The Cub is essentially the Jungle Book set in an urban Silicon Valley-like apocalypse. After the Great Climate Catastrophe, the ultra-rich have evacuated to Tesla City on Mars.
To Tesla City on Mars. They really fucking named it that. I can't. They really called the place on Mars Tesla City. That's pretty funny.
Upon discovering the Cub, the science expedition turns into a relentless safari-like hunt. The kid ducks and
Your
dives
fingers are
through
burning from
urban
toasting bagels? Did you put your fingers into the toaster, Golden Playhouse? Shouts to Left Eye. Welcome to the stream. How you doing? We're watching the Tribeca Game Showcase.
While traversing this vibrant post-apocalyptic world,
this is a game about
wears a space helmet he scavenged from a dead
people
Martian.
coming from Earth
The helmet
moving
bears
to
nostalgia from
Mars,
a
essentially,
radio
to
station based
Tesla
on
City.
Mars,
I wonder why
streaming
that's
music
named
and
after
stories
that.
of Tesla City dwellers' memories of their former home, Earth.
Radio nostalgia from Mars.
Ace says they definitely got some creative games and ideas. I'll give them that.
For our
That's how I feel
This is
too.
future archaeology.
Because look, this is the
Future
sequel
retro.
portion of the game.
A sci-fi scenario that prompts us to reevaluate the things.
Because this game's a
we have
prequel
today,
and a sequel to a game that
from
they
friends and
made.
family to basic things like air and water. As Marshall McLuhan would say, we march backwards into the future. Similarly, the brutalist architecture in the environment serves many non-obvious functions. Brutalism stands for the 20th century and its apocalyptic war history. It stands for faith in large-scale progress through technology that spans multiple ideologies, which led to breakthroughs but also to pollution and climate change. In the 21st century, we have a brutalism of the soul, a reordering of the human psyche through the internet, as exemplified in the millennial pink neons peppered throughout our game's cityscapes, such as digidopamine or doom scrolling. Modernist architecture looks powerful, yet it's already turning into ruins, just as humanity might. The game is an homage to cinematic platformers such as Heart of Darkness, but also old school Sega games like The Jungle Book or Aladdin.
The platforming does remind me of those games a lot. Hey, 3 likes away from 15 like height. Let's go. And we'll be streaming for at least 2 hours or so today too. So thank you all for coming through.
Further inspiration is drawn from classic literature, cinema and popular culture. A reflection on our commitment to storytelling and world building. The game has numerous interactive objects to find that enrich and inform the narrative, and also poke fun at future and current events at the same time.
Well, that's why the place in Mars is called Tesla City. And they even had a YOLO reference earlier too, I saw that.
Open the players' minds and thereby bring a change in global politics and a universal bliss for all humanity. You know, what platformers are best at. Enlightenment of the soul.
If I saw that game on sale, I'd probably buy it.
In 1998, the fates of 2 families converge at a motel in the Arizona desert, where a robbery gone wrong changes all of their lives forever. As the tale unfolds over the next few decades, step into the shoes of multiple characters to decide how that night will alter the course of their lives through a unique art style featuring actors digitally integrated into a beautiful cinematic world. This is As Dusk Falls.
As Dusk
Hello,
Falls.
I'm Caroline.
And I'm Charu. We're excited to be here and would love to tell you more about Interior Night and our game As Dusk Falls.
Oh, wait. Oh, I was about to say, I didn't know if that was intentional, the way the things faded like that. I was like scared for a second, like, oh, did it drop frames?
Nothing. Your guests. Get it round back. Quick. What in the world? On the ground now! I said get on the ground!
As Dusk Falls is an interactive story, the decisions you make do have consequences. Our story is a crime drama that explores the intertwined lives of 2 families over 30 years. We have the loving family, the Walkers.
So, what's next? License plate game? Another round of row, row, row your boat?
And the Halls, which are the more desperate family.
Come on. This is 2 Rock, not NYPD Blue. Now get looking for that safe.
As you play the game, you will be stepping in the shoes of different characters. First, Vince, the dad, who is rooting his family to
He would be
misery.
named Vince.
You are my flock, and I plan to herd you to St. Louis in high spirits.
And on their way in Arizona, they get caught in a hostage situation. There's also Jay, who is one of the members of the other family, the hostage takers, so you get to understand the world from his perspective.
Jay! What? Head out of the clouds, little bro.
Look, there's enough cash in that safe to put the last few weeks behind us. We stay alive, we keep the house, everything goes back to normal.
There's our third main character, who is Zoe.
This is Vinny.
Who you see across the 6 chapters from when she's 6 until she's 19, and she's becoming this.
There's
young
definitely
woman.
some creative games, and look, there's even a flash forward. Okay.
The visual art style of our game is unique, and it was crafted especially to tell this compelling story. It mixes beautifully painted 2D characters and sets them in an evocative 3D world. We filmed genuine and nuanced performances from actors to capture complex emotions and facial expressions.
Oh, so they got all these people are real actors that they made art of in the game. That's pretty cool. But to be honest, I kind of wish they actually filmed this, and that was the game. Like, the art style is really nice, and the concept of it, having it like the 2D in the 3D world, but like, I don't know, because I've seen some kind of games similar to this, but it was actually like filmed video, and you make your decisions. Like, that would have been cool too, but cool concept though, with the way they did the 2D, 3D thing.
How could you have thought you'd be happier without your family? I mean, without mine, I'd be...
I don't know. I guess I just never liked being tied down. With a family, I felt
trapped.
We wrote every character from a place of empathy, and we try not to be judgmental towards any of them. We try to understand each of them. And I hope the players will feel the same way and try to empathize and understand and relate with all of them.
It's cool how you relate to both sides, I guess.
Nice work, guys. Hold on tight.
See, like that, this is 3D now, but the characters themselves are 2D. Conceptually, I think it's a cool idea. I like it.
Family meals are a time not just to create memories, but to share them. For Venba,
Yeah, definitely pretty interesting for sure. Golden Playhouse.
to the culture and the life that she has left behind, and pass those memories on to her young son. Each recipe she teaches him is not just a list of ingredients, but a piece of a much larger story about.
Oh, they showed this a lot in the preview. It's a cooking art, like kind of RPG kind of game, I think. That's what's coming up right here.
How did you get started in game development? Well, basically, I took a quiz online to figure out what my career should be back when I was in high school, and after I did the quiz, it said I should be a video game developer.
When I took that, like when I was younger, I don't even remember what the fuck it said, but it said something stupid. I know for a fact.
It was this Mega Man style boss rush game about this depressed superhero whose superpowers are only to make balloons. We were a couple of months into the project when Abby texted me this paragraph pitch of Venba. I remember the day I was eating at a restaurant with my mom and my sister.
Venba is a narrative cooking game where you play as Venba, who moves to Canada in the late 1980s. But during this move, her recipe book gets damaged. So as the player, not only will you be cooking various South Indian dishes to explore these recipes, but you will also be exploring.
So this family, they moved to Canada, and her cookbook gets ruined. So she has to relearn her stuff from her book. That's pretty cool, conceptually, like the idea of it. I don't know if it would be for me though, personally, like gameplay wise, but
So we decided to move on to Venba.
I actually like cooking food in real life.
One aspect that we wanted to touch upon was the loss
But
of language.
I do see what is here though.
He loses touch with his
Like,
mother tongue Tamil,
smart.
and he adopts
Yeah.
English instead. So as a result, the literal communication between Venba and Coven is quite broken. And you can see this in the recipe book given to
Oh,
Venba
so
as well, because in the travel, the words
they don't have
and the pages
the
get
same
damaged.
language because
So as a
growing
result,
up in
the communication between generations there
between
too
the
is
parents,
quite
it's
broken. Venba,
oh.
who feels a lot of guilt for having moved to Canada in the first place, doubles down on the things she holds dear, like her culture, her language, her food, the longer she stays here. So it becomes really important for her to fix the recipe book, because for her, that's a way for this link to persist across generations.
In our household, we very rarely ate outside food, so cooking was very important. Everything was made from scratch and daily. And unlike Venba, there were no recipes. Food was just made by testing, taste, improvising, and asking around.
The cooking gameplay specifically was a big challenge for us.
Shouts to Demicrow, welcome to the stream. How you doing, bro? HDK says, I think my test thing told me I should join the military. Oh man, that's messed up. It said that. Beef says, oh, interesting. Yeah, like concept, like I like the concept, like a family moves to another country. They move to Canada specifically too, and in order to maintain I guess not just their culture, but like being able to interact with her child who's learning English and being able to retain all of their natural. It just I like what they're doing here.
Like the dishware that we use, some utensils, just items from the kitchen.
Like they made all the sound effects, like with the real pots and pans, real sizzling sound effects. Like they went in on this. Like
I wanted the
they
sounds
went
to be
in.
very nostalgic for those that grew up in a similar background.
And Golden Plaza. Speaking of Mega Man, it's been 18 years since we last got a Mega Man X game or anything related. Well, not 18 years since we got anything related. We got Mega Man 11 a couple of years ago. And Golden Plaza also said I always wanted to try the Black Spaghetti from JoJo Bizarre Adventure. Oh man. Derek says it's going good. About to record some stuff for videos, music, and then gotta go to 5 to perform. Nice, man. I wish you luck at your performance, yo. One thing I want to say is make sure you just take your time and just enjoy the moment. Like don't think about it too much. Just enjoy the moment. That's what matters most.
Even though the story of Emba is pretty firmly rooted in Tamil culture, we think it hits on some pretty universal themes.
The influences for this game, it primarily draws from the stories of the families that I see here, especially the relationship between first generation parents and their children.
We're hoping that in the future we'll keep being able to tell these kinds of intimate stories through gameplay. You know, maybe it'll make you want to call your mother in the end.
2 years ago, the game A Plague Tale: Innocence invited audiences into the world of Amicia, a teenage girl living in 14th century France. As Amicia, you had to use courage and cunning to protect your 5-year-old brother Hugo from soldiers of the French Inquisition, swarms of rats carrying the Black Plague, and the supernatural evil coursing through Hugo's veins. Now, Amicia and Hugo are back in a new adventure called A Plague Tale Requiem. Get ready for hand-to-hand battles on ruined castles, thrilling adventures on the high seas, and yes, more rats than ever.
Yeah, Beely. To be honest, like that game, like would probably be like really cool, like to check out. Wait, speaking of cool games, yeah, this is A Plague's Tale. Yeah. Okay. So we're finally getting some new Plague's Tale, because I know me myself, I made a joke earlier this year saying the game may get delayed. I was just being an ass on Twitter, just like, oh, that game's probably going to be delayed next, but looks like it's going really well, honestly.
Is it? The bite, yes. They've locked the arena down. They let them die here. It's starting all over again.
Yeah, Gun Hunter, Plague's Tale, Requiem, yup. And Derek says, so what type of game is this? Is it a cooking story-based game? Yeah, it's like a story-based cooking game where a husband and a wife moved to another country and her cooking book lost all of its recipes, and while her child is growing up and learning everything in the new country, she wants to maintain all of their roots through her cooking, so she has to remember all of her recipes. That's basically what that game was before, essentially. Hey, Chalice DJ! Welcome to the stream, bro. Hope you're doing great, man. What's up, VC? What's good? I got Plague's Tale, the cloud version. Oh, you got the cloud version? Oh, you play that on Switch? Oh, man. Be honest with me. How was the cloud version? How was it? How was it on Switch, bro?
I feel my mind going.
Une grande sœur, un petit frère, c'est quelque chose qui résonne en nous, qui va parler un peu à tout le monde. Et donc ça a été vraiment le point de départ. Hugo et Amicia, ça a été les premiers personnages qui sont nés.
Amicia, la grande sœur, et sa manière d'appréhender un petit frère dont elle n'avait pas la charge et où tout d'un coup elle va en avoir toute la responsabilité. Hugo, qui est un jeune enfant qui ignore tout du monde et en réalité est chargé d'un pouvoir et qui le dépasse. Et comment ce duo va grandir ensemble et réaliser l'histoire beaucoup plus grande qu'eux qui est en train de se réaliser, dont ils sont les acteurs principaux.
It's bleeding again.
Yes, we should fix that before it gets infected, I guess.
Amicia, donc, c'est une jeune fille, c'est pas une guerrière, donc...
Shouts to 11 current viewers here for some Tribeca and Freedom Games 2022 Summer Game Fest. If you guys can share the stream, I really would appreciate that. Let's go. And Chow says, it's pretty good, I'm not gonna lie. But I got good internet, so yeah. Yep, I intentionally have not tried any of the cloud stuff because in my perspective, I've tried PS Now back when that first launched, and I know it's not necessarily like the cloud, but like you're streaming the game pretty much, and I hated it. I tried that with Psychonauts on PS Now like 4 years ago, and I didn't like trying to stream a game like that. And for me personally, like when I had Game Pass, I had a whole year to try the first Plague's Tale, and I just never got to it. But honestly, like if I would love to try and get a chance to play the first Plague's Tale game again. Maybe I'll try the cloud version on Switch, maybe. I'll have to take a look at it. Because I'm pretty sure it's not free for the cloud version, so I may as well just re-get Game Pass for a month.
Amplifié d'une maladie qui se propage. C'est à la fois une menace mais un outil pour Amicia, c'est-à-dire que grâce au pouvoir du Go, grâce à ses outils à elle-même, elle va pouvoir utiliser les rats pour progresser parfois, mais souvent elle va devoir faire face.
PS Now I got for Sonic was so bad. Golden Plow says.
On écrit nos chapitres un peu comme des épisodes. Cette impulsion qu'on a quand on regarde une série.
And then before that said, story-based cooking game, interesting, kind of like Food Fighters. Why do I feel like Sojo would probably train around to make curry and take over the business? I don't know. Maybe we'll get another Persona 5 sequel to figure that one out.
Différent, hein, parce que sur les phases d'exploration, on a toute la liberté au niveau des dialogues, etc. Parce qu'on sait que dès que le joueur va rentrer dans une phase de combat, là, il va être beaucoup plus focalisé sur ce qu'il est en train de faire. Donc c'est à nous de pondérer, de se dire, ok, ce qui est...
Gone Hunter says, personally, I'll buy it on PS4. And Charles says, I got on sale for like 20. That's the only reason I bought it. 20's not bad, honestly. That's not bad to get that game. Not at all, honestly. That's good. $20, it's not bad.
Oh, so that's all you have to say? Come on. You can do better than that. You have a whole garrison here, why don't you really let yourself go? Stop! No! Do you see the situation we're in? We were just supposed to get herbs.
Faire plein de projets nous a obligés à avoir des outils à la fois à la pointe de la technologie, mais très modulables. Et le fait d'avoir par exemple notre équipe engine à la maison, ça nous permet d'aller les voir directement et dire on a un challenge relatif au jeu qu'on est en train de développer et il nous faut un moyen de le solutionner, et ça permet d'atteindre des prouesses comme par exemple les gigantesques hordes de rats qu'on voit déferler sur les villes dans les trailers ou des choses comme ça.
Oh, they about to get attacked by the rats.
Mais après, on a vu aussi nos faiblesses à certains endroits, notamment, puisque, il a fallu s'en rendre compte, hein, les cinématiques.
Golden Plus says, real question, why is PS4 shutting down in 2025? The PS3 store is still up and has been up since 2007-2022.
Et qui nous a permis d'avoir une énorme...
Great question. It's probably because they're going to close the PS3 store soon, too. They're just going to close both of them. And they want as many people as possible after 2025 to start buying a PS5. Because 2026, 2027, that's probably when the development of a PS6 starts.
Il arrive, il a plein d'idées. Et là, on parle vraiment d'émotion, on parle vraiment de comment colorer des scènes, donc avec de la musique.
Et il y a des moments où il nous sort des...
Hey, shout out to the homie ACDK. Sharing the stream. I really appreciate it, bro. Yo, it may be 105 degrees where you're at, bro. That looks beautiful. Beautiful day. Oh, man. Beautiful day today here, too. I was outside for a little bit, but it wasn't 105 degrees. It's hot, though.
L'amour vis-à-vis de nos personnages, c'est une chose qu'on ressent, nous, au quotidien. Et moi, je sais que dans le travail d'écriture, c'est quelque chose qui est fondamental. On ne veut rien faire gratuitement. On sait que le jeu peut être très très noir, très très dur, mais il y a toujours une raison à ça. Ça suit vraiment une forme de logique.
À chaque fois qu'on écrit quelque chose ou qu'on réalise quelque chose pour Requiem, c'est quand ça sonne faux ou quand ça passe pas, on sait que Hugo ou Amicia nous disent non, j'aurais pas dit ça, j'aurais pas agi comme ça. Et donc c'est amusant parce qu'ils font le jeu avec nous en fait un peu.
What Won't His Majesty allow us to enter the city by his side? I allow.
When Cuphead came out in 2017, the first thing people noticed was
Shout out to St. Lou.
distinctive
Welcome to the
cartoon
stream.
art style,
How you been, bro?
inspired by the golden age of American animation, where every frame was drawn by hand. Now, Cuphead is back with a new adventure.
We just got A
called
Plague's
Delicious
Tale.
Last
Now we got Cuphead.
Enemies and
2 big hitters back to back at
Sky
Tribeca
and
Games.
a new heroine named Ms. Chalice. So, if you are up for the challenge,
Oh, I am. I'm playing it and streaming it all day one. Fun fact, the reason why the DLC is called Cuphead, The Delicious Last Course, is because Delicious Last Course is an acronym for DLC. Golden says this, Summer Game Fest. They did a great job here. Oh, man. I'm glad they brought these games in, and now we're getting Deep Dive. No Deep Dive in Call of Duty, Deep Dive on Cuphead. Let's go. Shout out to St. Lou, how you been, bro? Ash has no release date. Oh, for Plague? Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. Like I said, I thought it was going to be delayed. So it could still be delayed eventually.
Cartoon action. It's a true second helping of screen-filling, boss battles, imaginative stages, and new powers. This new adventure and expansion lets us really give Ms. Chalice a chance to shine.
Looks like there's some new abilities too.
We had always envisioned her playing a really important role as part of the main trio of heroes. This was our opportunity to further explore animation, music, gameplay homages, all of which we didn't get to in the first game.
Yeah.
The origin of the original Cuphead character, we probably went through about 300 concepts. We began brainstorming in the 1930s tradition of giving inanimate objects faces and personalities. We really wanted to create a central character that could sit alongside some of the iconic joyful heroes we loved growing up, like Felix the Cat and Mickey and Bimbo.
He definitely fits.
And then one day we just had one of those amazing...
This is definitely hype, St. Lou. Let's go.
Sketch of a
And HTTK says
silhouette of
PlayStation
cup,
6 development will
straw,
probably finish before I find a PS5 without paying a reseller. Facts. That's why software sales on PS5 are less than Wii U, and there's more PS5s sold than Wii U's at the moment. That's the scary part. They're showing us some classic levels right here. Like, you guys don't know, this is in my top 10 games of all time. Like, I love Cuphead. Like,
for our fans
love
while
Cuphead.
taking our time on the little details and making sure we're getting them just right. In so many ways, Cuphead game and character has been with our whole team through life's many changes.
Chalice, it's funny how the new character's name is Miss Chalice, right?
And getting a
Oh
chance to
man, and it's funny because your name is actually just Chalice. Oh man.
For there's a new challenge waiting around every corner on the amazing DLC Island.
June 30th, baby. Let's go. Can't wait. Can't wait. Probably be playing it on something, either Switch or PC.
Of a teenage girl named Alex and her friends celebrating the end of a school year on the mysterious.
So far, this has been a good show.
Contemplating their futures and accidentally opening a ghostly rift. Oxenfree 2 Lost Signals brings
Wait a
us
sec.
different kind
They're showing Oxenfree 2?
One about
Yo, I'm down for some Oxenfree 2. I like the first one. Show me that Oxenfree 2. Yes, sir. Yes.
Oxenfree 2
Yes.
Lost Signals.
Yes, sir. Let's go.
Welcome. First, we're gonna have a little fun tonight, folks. Residents of Tribeca reported strange interruptions in their radio broadcasts over the phone. I need visual confirmation of the clouds above Edwards Island. Over.
This game's a crazy game if you ever played the first one.
Ah, bit of a leap there.
Oh, Miss Chalice? No, in the delicious last course, Miss Chalice is her first time being shown, let alone playable. Like before the animated series, the first time we seen her was in the pre stuff material early, like years ago. But oh god, I just missed that. Riley fell.
To have such a long life in the hearts of our players
Oh.
are these characters. It's all about the characters.
The characters of Oxenfree are intended to feel like people that you would know.
You're invested in their well-being.
The issues that they deal with are ones that everybody can relate to. What does it mean to lose somebody that you love? What does it mean to be entering a new moment of your life that you're totally unprepared for? It's open-ended enough that you can always ask yourself, what would I do in this situation?
Watch your step. I don't think this was meant for tourists.
It's sort of pretty, in a way.
No, it's amazing. In another life, I would have been a geologist. Or took at least an intro to geology course, you know?
Oxenfree is a game about some really relatable characters, but put in crazy, unrelatable situations.
Riley's from Kamina, and unlike Alex and her friends in Oxenfree 1, Riley did not have the best time growing up in this area.
The first game, really tight kind of focus on a few classmates. This game is
Yeah, this is
Riley
the first time to
playing
play her
alone,
though,
interacting
Go
with Jacob,
Hunter,
who's
yeah.
somebody who she went to high school with, dealing with her father, dealing with a whole host of new characters that are along this coast.
If you know the tunnels well enough, you can walk to and from practically any point in town completely underground.
Have you been down here before?
Me, personally? No. Some of the kids do. Or did. In high school. They'd crawl in here, light a fire, make out, or whatever. But I'm too little a fan of small, dark spaces to really see the desire.
I'm
He
really
sounds like a
looking forward
liar.
to people playing with Jacob, who is their kind of main counterpart throughout the game.
You take a look at Jacob. He's got this questionable facial hair. He's got the hipster hat.
Funny how just a little light makes everything both less and
Oh
more
god, I'm gonna hate this guy.
And his animation also gave him that. Like,
he's gonna act stupid the whole time. It's like, bro.
Jacob actually has direct ties to the events of Oxenfree 1, and
Nope.
particularly the history of Maggie Adler. Maggie was
There
the
you go.
woman that first kind of discovered what radios could do. She was the one who was kind of tied to the events that really kicked off the whole story.
Hey, if you're on this frequency,
Yes?
my mom used to tell me stories. That's why I'm calling. Because one of the stories was about tonight and the things that are going on.
The cool thing about the radio is that it opens up a whole different axis of exploration to the player. It's not just exploring Edwards Island as a space, it's exploring Edwards Island as an infinite number of kind of radio frequencies. Certain objects in the game will resonate with certain frequencies.
This game's really wild, guys. If you never played the first one, it's on sale pretty often nowadays for pretty cheap.
Hey, it worked, I think. I mean, we're not dead.
The alternate timelines in the Oxenfree universe are really interesting because it allows the player to explore the possibility of going back and changing the past.
I think we're back when the mine was somewhat operational. I don't think anyone's around. Let's see if the time tear opened anything up.
The player gets to open these portals in time and go through them and talk to these other ghostly characters. Portals are getting open when they don't want it to happen, and so they've got to deal with the ramifications of that.
Portals are fascinating, very beautiful, very mysterious, but ultimately very dangerous.
Jacob?
The stakes are very high for this one. One, we've got a new set of antagonists who are actually actively trying to open a portal on their own for some nefarious reasons. But two, while that is happening, we're seeing tears in time. Those tears are allowing things from completely other timelines to start coming in.
Like, this is how you showcase a game and do a deep dive. Like, Jeff was complaining on Twitter, like, because people were voting that his show was like a C. He wrote, and it's like, yeah, it was a C. Compare it to Devolver Digital, compare it to Tribeca right here. Like, they just do shows better, showcasing games better. Like, if Jeff actually cared about Summer Game Fest, he would, on his own, watch the other shows that he allows do showcases around this time. But he's not. I was gonna say he's not smart enough, but like he doesn't think he needs to, and he should. Because Devolver killed it last night, and Tribeca's doing a great job here. We just got 3 quality games because everyone can agree A Plague's Tale and Cuphead are very good games, and for those who've played Oxenfree, that's truly one of the most not underrated, but like it's one of the indie games on Switch that like was there early and everyone bought it. You know what I mean?
So, can you watch footage and behind-the-scenes clips and interviews to piece
Yeah, it was just a shit show. Like because people were like giving him feedback, like good stuff and bad feedback. And like one person's like, "Why did you promote Sonic Frontiers all week, but you didn't show it at Summer Games Fest?" And then Jeff's like, "We already showed Sonic Frontiers earlier in the week. What else do you want?" And it's like, that's not the point. You don't put it in the ad for the main panel show if it's not going to be there, is what everyone was saying. And he was kind of getting shit on for it for good reason. You just he's so ass backwards.
Shoots 3 movies over 3 decades, and none of the movies ever comes out. I was interested.
And Chow says, "Damn, June 30th, the same day Sunbreak comes out."
Home and I googled and found very little of anything online.
No, that's so fucked. No. Because for those who may know, I'm planning to do a Sunbreak duos tourney for Monster Hunter Rise, and I'm planning on doing that. So, because it was a lot of fun when we did the last tourney, and I want to do it again, but for Sunbreak. And man, that's fucked. What I'm probably gonna do is I'm probably gonna push the date for it to another day. That's what I'm probably gonna do.
Over 20,000. He saw 20,000 girls, and long story short, he picked you.
Yeah. 2 years ago, we were approached by an anonymous donor who handed over this huge cache of film. In it was footage from rehearsals, behind-the-scenes B-roll, and completed shots from the shoots. As far as we can tell, this is everything that remains of the 3 Mercer Marcel movies.
Before I go, I would like some token of
H2DK says his shows suck. A C grade is generous. Exactly, H2DK. And you know, man, because we were hanging out at the homie David Cash JRPG's stream the other day, and when he was watching Summer Game Fest, and we were all watching it together there, and if the show didn't have Cuphead and Neon White, and that tiny 40-second shit trailer of Soul Hackers that was literally a copy of the one that was in Japan a while back, they just put an English dub over it. If those 3 games weren't there, I wouldn't have given the show a 3 out of 10. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it would have been a 0. And the whole first 40 minutes was full of space-themed FPS games. Like, and Golden Plus says, I get people hate how Frontiers looks, but we can all agree complaining about Sonic's speed not being fast as Force is dumb and complaining about grind railing. See, my issue with the grind railing thing is like, if you play any Sonic game, like, you can see the grind rails, but I think the issue is that people don't like the contrast between the way the world looks and how the grind rails look in comparison. Because of course in other games, other Sonic games, we all have no problem seeing that, you know what I mean? Seeing that there's like grind rails all around in every Sonic level, like, because it all looks the same. The graphics look the same to one another. I guess the grind rails stand out so much, especially when they're from afar, that when they just pop in on screen because the engine's struggling, it like, I think that's the core issue. Like, that's why people are having issues with like the grind rails. Like, me personally, I don't have an issue with them in the game because obviously they're in Sonic games. That's the fun of Sonic games, that they're in them. I think the issue is just when they do just pop in, pop out on screen, and how they don't feel like they fit with the way the world looks. And that's the issue.
Trevor Hill does. He lives in Arcadia, a utopian American.
And Callisto, true. Callisto though, like, that's at least made by the original Dead Cell. Oh, wait a minute. I just realized something.
Reality show where viewers are secretly judging his every move. When Trevor learns the truth from a rogue technician, he goes on.
I thought that was from the main show. I didn't know Freedom Games was already gonna be starting in 15 minutes, and he started the show 15 minutes early with a countdown. Ooh, Raw Fury.
American Arcadia.
Oh, they showed this at Summer Game Fest. It was the game I mentioned at Summer Game Fest the other day, and I was like, "Yo, this game is gonna probably be at Tribeca Games," and here it is, American Arcadia, whatever that is.
Para nuestro protagonista Trevor, que vive una vida simple, aburrida y feliz, esto es un problema.
Life was mundane.
Y cuando descubre la verdad, tendrá que escapar de Arcadia.
He seems like a regular Joe Schmo who now is getting a crazy life out of nowhere for some reason.
Es el de la guarda de Trevor. Es una hacker dispuesta a todo con tal de salvar a una persona normal, por el mero hecho de hacer el bien.
The hallway to the server room is tracked by 3 surveillance cameras. I need to get close to the cameras and upload the loop footage from my cell phone.
Uno de los puntos fuertes de American Arcadia es la dualidad entre Ángela y Trevor. Y eso también se ha intentado transmitir en cierta manera al game.
So playing as Angela is first person, and playing as Trevor is like this, like 2D platformer. See, when they showed this game at Summer Game Fest, it did not look like this. The gameplay did not look like this when they showed it last time. But now at Tribeca, where they're doing a deep dive, like we could tell, like the game is actually like it's not what we thought it was based on what we saw before. Because I know when this was shown at Summer Game Fest, everyone was just like, "What the fuck is this?" And I'm like, "Oh, it just said Tribeca, so like I guess it may be made by some people, part of the Tribeca crew and all that." But it is what it is.
Y bueno, para American Arcadia las referencias visuales más inmediatas son el show de Truman, la fuga de Logan, el prisionero y...
I need to pull up Steam real quick.
Y algunas otras.
I'm pulling up on the right side though, so if it pops up here, don't worry, I'm moving it over.
Durante la década de los 70, por lo que
just because there's something I need to download, a demo for something.
Puesto que la mayoría las llevamos ya dentro de nuestros propios recuerdos. Muchos de los programas de televisión, series, concursos, etcétera, que veíamos en nuestra niñez, pues están presentes de alguna manera en American Arcadia. Una visión bastante brillante y colorida de lo que serían los años 70. Los personajes, los ambientes, incluso el mobiliario, representan esta versión utópica y bastante kitsch de una ciudad de los años 70.
Siempre me gusta tener un tema principal para
what the hell? Like,
diferentes leitmotiv.
I hate when Steam just pops an ad up. I'm sorry if that was up for like 15 seconds.
Banda sonora donde se van mezclando y representarán los dos mundos.
Runner 4. Oh, was there an ad for Runner 4 there too? Oh, jeez.
Hey, I can't see anything in here.
Jeez, man, just hug your teddy bear real tight while I try to turn on the lights, okay? Okay, is that better? Now, let's try to find a way out of here. Trevor, are you wheezing? You're in terrible shape, man. Did you get any exercise at all?
No, not since PE in high school. Because of my metabolism, I don't easily gain weight, so I don't usually do any.
Okay, I'm not here to judge your lifestyle or your dietary habits. Just save your breath and keep going.
In American Arcadia, what we want to tell is that you don't need to live just for getting likes on social networks. Just do the things that make you happy. You don't need to care about what the others think.
I think that's the end of the show right there, guys. Oh, shit, what the fuck just happened? I don't know what the hell happened to everything. Everything just immediately like closed itself. Alright, we're here. Everything's okay. I saved the stream. Sorry about that. Oh man. But we're here. I couldn't find the original Freedom Games channel, so let me quickly see if I can find the because Freedom Games has a channel, but when I checked it earlier, they didn't have it on their actual channel. Look, there's me. I'm streaming it. Hi, there's me. But the channel, the Freedom Games channel. Hold on. Freedom Games. See, it's right here. Yeah. Like, they have their show from last year, like, up on their channel. But they don't have what's going on today here right now. So, that's weird, but, like, at least one of these channels has it. It says IGN, obviously, but, like, I don't know. Well, we'll pretend it's not. It says it's game trailers, and surprisingly enough, there's, like, no one here. Like, there's 27 people at this stream, which is kind of funny. I don't know. So we'll see what's happening here at Freedom Games, yo. This is gonna be interesting. I think because I never experienced a Freedom Games show like live. Like before I put this on the docket for what we're gonna be doing today as well, I checked the original show, and like I said earlier in the stream, from the one they did last year compared to what's probably happening this year, it's definitely gonna be very niche indie games. Very indie game, very niche. So yeah. And Golden says, it was cool. Yeah, the Tribeca games was cool. And they showed a lot of Cuphead. They showed that game called The Cub, which is cool. They had A Plague's Tale Requiem. And they had Oxenfree 2. A huge deep dive into it, which is honestly great. Because I needed to see more of that. And this person says first, I've been here for an hour. I've been here for an hour. Literally, I've been here for an hour because y'all heard the music happening at one point. What's this one about? Indie games. Oh man. So yeah, this show's starting in about 7 minutes. If you guys have any thoughts of Tribeca games, let me know in the chat or in the comments below if you guys are watching as a playback. We got a little while to go of the stream. I'm pretty sure this showcase right here will be not super long, so similar to Devolver Digital. It will probably be about 20 minutes, so that's not bad as long as it has some good games shown, and we're going to be hearing from developers just like we did before. So yeah, I can't wait. I'm excited to see what happens here though, because last year they had very niche indie games, so we'll see what we get. We'll see what we get. Maybe you'll find something for you. We'll have to find out. And as long as the show is better than goddamn the main panel, that's all that matters, you know what I mean? Oh man. Yo, we're 1 like away from 15 like hype. You guys are awesome. Let's go. And thanks to everyone who's here when you came through for Tribeca games. I really appreciate it. Let's go. Sorry if the typing was a little loud. But if you guys could share the stream right before Freedom Games arrives, sharing the stream would definitely be super helpful to get the homies to know we got another showcase. Summer Game Fest 2022 happening right now. Tribeca Games was a great show in comparison to the main panel. Definitely a better show than what Jeff conjured for 2 hours. Like, how dumb can you be, Jeff? Like, when Last of Us Part 1 leaked, like, the moment that leaked, he should have said, we gotta reorganize the order. Because, high key, that was the worst way to end the show, because it leaked before it had, like, 2 hours before. Like, And that's enough time to reorganize trailers, guys. Come on. I could have done that for him in like 30 minutes just to reorganize a couple trailers real quick. Bing, bong, boom, you're done. And things are fucking streamed, so it's happening live. So there's someone pressing buttons to make things play. Even more like that. Like, I don't know. This doesn't make sense. I feel like there's better ways it could have been done for the main panel. Yo, and speaking of, shouts to the homie, K-Rock, who actually made a tweet just now, speaking of the devil about Jeff Keighley, because he is the devil. I appreciate the passion for video games that Jeff Keighley has, but how does a show about games have hardly any gameplay? A company showing concept art defeats the purpose of what Summer Game Fest is supposed to be about. A celebration of games featuring gameplay. Which is facts. There was a few games that showed gameplay, but most of them was CGI for like the entire time. Like a few games showed gameplay. And Dead Space creators Callisto, they showed a tiny bit of gameplay, but they showed a lot of CGI too. So, I don't know. Me personally, we'll have to wait and see on how next year's panel is going to be. Because, like I predicted and why I didn't stream it, it would have been a waste. Like, there's no reason to stream a bad event like that. Like, sitting through it like a slog. Because, like, listen, there's events that are happening that I'm not streaming. Like, Epic Games happened today, I didn't stream that. Netflix happened today, why the fuck would I stream Netflix games? Like, there's so many shows that we're not covering because there's no reason to cover them. Like, for me, it wouldn't make sense. And there's a ton more. Like, Wholesome Games, not checking that out. Guerrilla Collective, not checking that out. To be honest, I actually have some stuff that came up for this Sunday that it's personal IRL stuff. So I'm not sure if I'll be even able to stream Microsoft Bethesda now. I'm really not sure if I can stream that. And PC Gaming Show since they're back to back. So I may have to miss that and put in a new stream for Tuesday. And because Tuesday I wasn't originally going to cover the Microsoft thing on Tuesday because I assumed whatever happening on Tuesday is going to be not as big as whatever's happening on Sunday, even though every year Microsoft hasn't done as good of a job as they should with these events, especially with they themselves leaking that, oh, there's going to be no Fable and no Perfect Dark. Those are the two most important games that I want to see, along with Elder Scrolls. Like, and we're probably not going to see any of those. So it's like, what are we going to see? Like, what are we going to see at that show? So for me, since I have IRL stuff that's now coming up, I may have to do that and change the schedule for you guys, like for us. So, and then Monday is Capcom's show, which we're going to be seeing, and then Tuesday is that second Microsoft Bethesda, which I'll do. And then, yeah. After that's just a direct, Nintendo Direct. Remember that happens. Oh, and I'm covering Final Fantasy VII's 25th anniversary stream as well. So there's a lot to come. A lot. Oh, I love seeing funny tweets on Twitter and just laughing. Let's do this. The show has begun with Freedom Games. Oh god. Does IGN really still think a summer of gaming exists? Like, no one...
Welcome back to IGN's Summer of Gaming. The festivities continue tomorrow, but right now, we'd like to let the good times roll. Freedom Games is a publisher founded in 2020 that was built on the very notion of partnership, supporting independent developers and helping them get their games made. In partnership with Freedom Games, IGN is proud to present a showcase of all the upcoming games they've got in the works. Enjoy.
It was always a dream to, well, make a video game. I guess everyone wants to do that.
You really want to make fictional worlds. You really want to make your own universe. so we decided to leave everything.
What started off as kind of a passion project turned into having a small staff and full funding.
There's a lot of firsts here in this project.
We knew it was like kind of way more than we could handle, but if we just work hard and put our minds to it and make the game we want to make, we think we can be super successful.
Freedom Games. Let's go. One of those new games looked a little bit like a Mega Man Battle Network kind of game. Ooh, a world premiere.
Good Heavens is a cozy open-world sandbox crafting game with procedural map generation and storytelling. The player's goal is to improve their base and character while exploring a rich world with different biomes, races, cultures, and cities. We offer a unique dynamic class system for co-op multiplayer, enabling various playstyles. It's possible to play a game as a fighter, farmer, cook, miner, trader, or even as a card player. Each player in multiplayer can play individually within the team. Some of them are exploring, slaying monsters, and doing quests from the cities. Others are building the base, farming and taming animals. Traders are building roads and trying to find unique resources from other cities. The team events gather the team together. Slaying a boss or organising a beer festival can be team events. The world of Good Heavens is created procedurally. Moreover, the races, the cities and their cultures, also the history of the city with its neighbours and their behaviours are procedural as well. Players might come across wild combinations. A town of nudist elves are radical and aggressive as part of their behaviour, so they're attacking anyone who enters their town with their clothes on. Another random combination could be BDSM-loving vampires or hippie werewolves. It's a comedy game, and we do everything with that in mind. Once we create the world with its towns, cultures, and history, the world will start interacting with itself. The cities will start evolving according to their cultures and their respective technology path. They trade with other cities and harness resources from their environment.
Graphically, this looks like it's being played on Newgrounds or on Facebook. I gotta be honest, this looks like a game that I would have played on Facebook back in 2010.
They will attack their rival city and destroy.
I'm not trying to be like mean or anything either. This looks like a game that I would have played on like Newgrounds or like Facebook, like Farmville.
What are you waiting for?
Good heavens. Put it back in the oven.
I would say that it's an endless comedy engine that you can play forever. You can play Good Heavens in a casual way or in a hardcore way. It's up to you. The game has a massive scale map. We have different biomes and we have different resources and animals and monsters on each of these biomes. And we have also this NPC and cities layer on top of this. So you can build your own base, you trade between those cities, and you try to find the balance in this world in the end. And every time you restart the game, there is a new challenge waiting for you. Some of them start as a more developed city, and they go into a small town, and then they become a larger town, and then they become
HDK says hard mode with the nudist elf sounds sus. It really is, like, that's them themselves censoring, like, the screen, like, not the game. So, like, in-game, and they have a, like, they're not censored in-game, I'm pretty sure. like, what the hell's going on here, man? That's what I'm saying, like, this is like a Newgrounds game. I don't know what's happening here, because, what? like, I'm just, like, confused.
You hunt for some animals and you craft some things for your base and yourself. And every time you restart the game, you find that these races and cultures are different from the previous game. And there's some kind of a new story in between them. That's the procedural part of the game. These cities will have different ambitions, they will have different relationships with each other, and you will find different quests in each time you restart the game. It enables you to tell different stories.
Yeah, this looks old. That's what I'm saying. Like this,
linear game.
This doesn't look like a game that's being made like right now. Like even like art style wise, like it's just an old style. Like and not even like in the good way. Like Cuphead, like 1920s old. Like this is like 2010 old. Like made like I don't know.
The biomes, each
I'm not
of
trying to be
biomes
like
can
mean.
hold different races, and each of these races can have different cultures. depending on those cultures, they have different buildings and classes in those cities. So those guys you can trade with, take quests from, and just go into some dialogues with them and try to find out about the rest of the world. So depending on how you start the game, a single player or 3 player or 7 player, the difficulty of the game will change. Our procedural generation works quite well. I was afraid that it wouldn't be this easy to handle a huge map like this. It would create some problems. The second thing is the combat system we are developing right now. Is somehow better than many of these current multiplayer crafting games, I would say. It's been around a year since we started working on the early concepts and research about procedural generation. It took us some time to overcome some of these technical challenges. We're not the first overcoming those, but it took some time nonetheless.
Symphony of
Legends
War.
tell of a golden time in years past of great clashes, heroes, and triumphs.
I believe, like, that game looked old. Not gonna lie, this one does too. This reminds me of like playing RuneScape back in 2002, but also with a mix of it, what's it called? Advance Wars. So, in concept, like, I like it, because I like Advance Wars. And it also reminds me of, Wargroove. So this is actually kind of cool, especially, like, stylistically. Like, see, like, that's weird. Like, I like this stylistically, because this is, like, 20 years old type stuff, stylistically. Not even talking gameplay. But, like, the other one, which is, like, 10 years old stylistically, I hate it. Like, I don't know. Like, this is something I'd probably play on PC, though. I probably wouldn't play it on Switch. Or any platform. Probably wouldn't play it on PlayStation either.
Lead designer for Symphony of War, the Nephilim Saga.
It's probably only going to be on PC anyway, honestly.
A brand new strategy RPG series. And today we're finally ready to announce the first title's official launch date. And that launch date is right now, today.
What?
Check out at the Steam store. RPG fans, we think you're going to love this one.
Bruh, I had plans to stream Angerfoot from Devolver Digital right after this. Nope.
And to everyone who gives it a try, we hope you enjoy playing it as much as we enjoy creating it.
Huh? Symphony of War. Let's see. Is there a demo at least? Like, I'm hoping for a demo. So I can at least try to demo it first.
War, the Nephilim Saga is the first in a strategy game series that we are developing. It is a...
It's on sale right now for $15.99.
Protagonist
but
is a Imperial Army officer.
Some
shocking events happen.
Yeah, because I have Angerfoot already preloaded for after this, so I don't know. Maybe I'll look more into it.
I love to experiment.
I'll look more into it. But it's definitely sick.
I want to have a little bit more automation, and Symphony of War delivers that exactly. It's turn-based, and the bulk of your micromanagement is done before you go into a mission or a chapter in a home-based sequence, and I love that. In the home-based phase, you will be able to buy stuff, and that's, hire conscripts or mercenaries. You can buy artifacts at the shop. You'll be able to tech up. You can go into the support conversations and have the characters interact with each other.
I'm definitely gonna put it on my wish list. That's what I should do.
You can do friendships,
just so I don't
bonds,
lose it.
Which is love and romance.
Add to my wish list.
Tactical phase is the other half. Your squads that you've built are plopped down into a map. Boom, that's my army.
That's crazy. They shadow dropped this, and I'm actually interested in it. It's kind of crazy.
Which includes your plains, your
yeah,
roads,
me too, A2DK. I play this game too.
And you've got your rough terrain.
Because I like games like this, like Advance Wars and all that. Like,
you have your squads, and you've painstakingly made their formation, chosen their class, chosen their leader, their traits, their artifacts, and you send them in, and you go, and then you sit back and watch.
Nice. So you don't.
enemy is
So you do all the playing before the battle happens. That's crazy. That's crazy.
So, I love the classes. There's heavy infantry, heavy cavalry, light infantry, archery,
That's a lot of
firearms,
classes.
magicians,
Oh man,
support, and
that's a
dragon.
ton.
You start at tier 1, and then the ultimate is your tier 4. You start as a piddly little guy with leather armor, and then you upgrade to a guy that's a little bit cooler. Now he has full plate armor, and then you upgrade again to a guy that's really decked out in awesome, like, gilded armor. Out of 50 classes, I think we've done a really good job of getting a really big wealth of pixel art that we can use, and it's beautiful and very well animated. Yeah, class system looks freaking good. There's things that will shock you, and there's things that will surprise you, and things that will delight you, and things that will crush you. It's just very visceral. The world setting and the characters and the history, it's all years and years in the making. I want this game to really convey that it is an expression of myself. I know how magical that feels to kind of be whisked away into a fantasy world. Trust me, it's awesome.
And it's at a launch discount, so I'm glad I put that on my wish list for now. Oh, what do we got? Retreat to Enin. Head west.
There was a time when we forgot who we are.
This game looks
we were
really good.
Ungrounded and destroyed our world in the name of greed.
I guess it's called Head West.
We remember. We remember that we are not in control of nature, but we are part of it. The world is our healer.
Seems like a first-person survival game.
We are grounded by the air we breathe.
So it's not like Rust,
with nature.
But it's first-person, it seems. Find meditation point and meditate. Find ruins and meditate. This is like a first-person, open-world crafting meditation game.
Every forgotten star in the night sky.
Like I said in the beginning, the games that you'll see at Freedom Games are extremely niche indie games. Is what I said. And y'all seen that. Like, they're not gonna hit for everyone.
There is a stillness waiting for you. Go and find it.
Yo, we're 1 like away from 15 likes though. So close. Let's go.
To NN.
Also, this is Retreat to Enin. Why did they say Head West after that? And PS5, Xbox Series in 2023, but Steam in August of 2022. So that's really like a whole half-year difference at least. Now it's Retreat to Enin, I guess.
My name is Justin Hosford. I'm the founder of Head West Studio, and we're making a game called Retreat to Enin. Retreat to Enin is first and foremost a survival game with a more relaxing angle to it. And
shout out to JCat. Welcome to the stream. Has it already been good? Yeah, during Tribeca. Tribeca always has a good show. They had Cuphead. They had A Plague's Tale. They had a huge showcase for a game I've been excited for, Oxenfree 2. Outside of that, they had a couple other things here and there. Reggie Fils-Aimé didn't show up this year. Kojima didn't show up this year. But it was still a great show. For the games I was interested in, at least. When it comes to this show, I've only seen one game so far, and it actually shadow dropped today. It's a strategy RPG, really cool. I was pretty interested in it. Symphony of Symphony of War. I added it to my wish list on Steam, so it's only on Steam right now. Just it shadow dropped, so. And yo, hashtag 15 like hype in the chat.
For years, I was a film and television composer. Because of that, I was able to focus a lot of energy on the score to this game, and I didn't want to just do the obvious chill Zen music. You know, I wanted to make something emotional, even sad at times.
Yeah, JCat. How have you been, JCat? How have you been today? We've been having a lot of good shows today, but I haven't seen the Epic Games or Netflix because, like, I knew that those shows would be trash. Like, there's no reason to waste my time.
To connect people to nature, what we've done is made a very lush, full, rich environment. It's not procedurally generated, so Every path you take, every valley you walk into, every corner you turn, I tried to make it have its own personality. On the main island of Enin, the tropical island, there's going to be creeks, ponds, it's surrounded by a huge ocean. And when you go into the redwoods, that's a much larger area. If the player's going to get lost, that's where that's going to happen. The majesty of seeing an elk or a wolf roaming around the Arctic level just looks really cool. All in all, I think that they're very immersive environments.
You cooking some dinner?
I kind of
Ooh.
want this to be a game.
What are you
where
having
get
tonight,
lost
J-Cat?
sometimes.
Anything good? Anything
There isn't
tasty?
a map or a compass. All you have is a home icon on the last place that you slept.
For
The
me,
player's
I
gonna
actually
kinda
had
have to watch
just
where
some
they're going and just
some
keep an
pizza
eye
for
on
lunch. I
where
didn't have
things are.
anything crazy
You gotta
today.
get out there.
But
You
for
have
dinner
to
later, I may
explore.
make myself something.
There's a variety of animals to hunt on all three biomes, like deer and elk. There are wolves in the game, and we have gill net fishing. Basically, everything is gathered. You don't cut down trees in this game. You can collect the wood off the ground, the scrap wood and driftwood, and turn that into a beautiful wooden structure.
You don't cut
with
trees in the
technology.
game, though? That's not like
There
Rust.
is no wasted item in the collection system.
Why can't you just cut down trees and they respawn?
It's a hope
Like,
and a dream.
that makes no
Maybe
sense.
someday the technology that we're developing can actually help us live closer to nature and not continue removing us further from it. So it goes from kind of elementary, basic survival all the way up to building this
HD kisses. I
huge
feel like I'm
dream
too
retreat.
stressed out
Even when the
individual to
player
play
gets done with
Meditation
the story
Simulator.
of the game, they
Yeah,
have the
like
option, if they
that's
want to,
pretty much
at
what this
any
is for
time,
those who
return
don't
to
know.
this
It's a
huge
first
base that they've
person
built and continue
meditation
meditating. They just have
simulator
this
where
place they can
you
go to relax
live in
anytime they
nature and have to build a home, and if you have to
want
kill a
this
wolf
to
or a
be
deer or
game
something
where
to
people
survive, you gotta.
just escape to their second home away from home and just be in this peaceful environment that they use their creativity.
And
to
Night
build.
says Netflix Geek Week
And
was
they're
basically a
part of
bunch
the
of mobile
environment
games and
and not
series
destroying
announcements. The Epic Game Store one was a bunch of ads. Yup. That all sounds about right. I knew it. I knew Epic Game Store were going to be just advertisements, and Netflix and mobile games, that sounds exactly like what they would be doing because they're new to video games. The easiest way for them to get into it is mobile. Ooh, what do we got here? Broken Pieces. Probably not coming
If
out
you
for a
find
while.
this tape,
Rated RP.
I beg you, listen to it carefully. My name is Elise. I recently settled in the village of St. Exel, a quiet and isolated place near the sea. But during the annual fair,
You having
something
fried,
happened.
pan-fried
Armed
salmon,
troops attacked the
broccoli,
village
and
and tried to
rice.
kidnap us all.
Hey, that's always a classic combo, though. You can't go wrong with that.
I barely escaped.
For me,
only to
I
wake
can't
up
go wrong with some
completely
good
alone,
green beans or
stuck
some
inside
garlicky
this place
asparagus on the
that
side
doesn't
too,
feel like home anymore.
instead of broccoli.
I am starting to lose all sense of
Mars
reality.
1993. Where the hell's at? Mars 1993. What universe?
While I was investigating the village,
Mars.
I discovered a deeply rooted sickness. When I started to sink into its abyss, I was finally able to see more clearly. Because even if this place is constantly challenging me, it also keeps pushing me to question everything. If by chance anybody is listening, please come help me. I'm not going to last much longer. It's now or never.
Oh Jesus.
Hello, I'm Melvinio, the studio director of Elsewhere Experience, the studio behind Broken Pieces. I am also the sound designer and audio director for the game. Broken Pieces is a game that's set in a coastal village in France. It's an adventure game where you play a character named Elise. There's like some kind of paranormal phenomena that are happening inside the village, and she cannot escape. our goal for the game was to really catch the attention of the player, and to do so, we had to do something inside a world that's
I had to fix
feeling
something
very
on my computer.
real, something that's tangible. You try and make the player believe in something, and then you switch their perspective. If everything is very realistic, then when you have things that are paranormal, they meet in the cross point with the realism. The player would question at first and then integrate inside its perspective of the world. What we really wanted the player to feel is the anxiety and loneliness that the main character Elise is feeling. Loneliness, it's a difficult sensation to communicate. There's actually only one character inside the game. You don't talk with anybody, you don't interact with other people. You don't have music. When you want to play music, you actually have to use the tape player inside the game.
Not gonna lie, this game is very. This game's a drag. Can we fast forward? Can we like fast forward like a lot? Can we fast forward? Hello? Can we fast forward? Fast forward. Where's the show? Where's some good games? We need the games. I need freedom from these bad games. Where they at though? Trying to find them.
Surrounding us that are not seen a lot inside the video game industry.
Yo, shout out to some dude. Welcome to the show. Says, what did I walk into?
We are very huge fan of puzzle games.
This game's just been a drag. They've been talking about this game for like 4 minutes, and I just uninstalled a couple games on my Steam. Like, it's just the first showcase, Tribeca, great. They showed Cuphead, A Plague's Tale, Oxenfree 2, a lot of good stuff actually. This showcase Freedom Games, they showed one game that was a dope strategy RPG that just shadow dropped on Steam called Symphony of War, and I added that to my wish list. And this has just been a drag. Oh man, I could probably put that on my out of context page, honestly. People would be like, "What the fuck's going on?"
Hi everybody and welcome aboard. I'm Stefano, co-owner of Stellax Software, and this is our
Man,
project.
Beauty with the lab my ass off.
Narrative game called Monorail Stories in a modern day pixel art setting. So what's the game about? Well, the game will star two different protagonists, Sylvie and Amal, who live in different cities and travel each day on the same monorail. But they never meet because they travel at different times and opposite directions.
H2DK says, they lost me at, we want the player to feel the anxiety. Like, yo, I don't need help feeling anxiety. Exactly. Like, that game, like, it's an anxiety-driven game, that last game. Like, bruh. It's so messed up. And some dude then said, maybe it's a good thing I haven't been keeping up on the whole Summer Game Fest thing. Yeah, man. Like, the thing with Summer Game Fest, like, the only reason why I'm streaming in, like I'm only streaming the events that I'm interested in. I didn't stream the main panel because Jeff always fucks it up every year. I didn't stream Epic Games or Netflix because I knew that was gonna be a waste of time. Like, these showcases here are like the ones that are more interesting and more having a chance of showing games that are gonna be dope. Because last year, Tribeca Games, Reggie Fils-Aimé showed up, Kojima showed up, Kenna, Death Stranding, the new edition that they had last year. They showed a ton of stuff last year at Tribeca Games. And in Freedom Games, I never saw last year's live. I saw it like the other day, and it was decent. So we're giving it a chance here. So this is the first real time I'm streaming Freedom Games. So, but hey, one game that did get shadow dropped, and it's on my wish list. I consider that a W. Somebody says, shit, I'm just on my PS3 installing games to stream, to be honest. Hey, I feel you. There's a game that I downloaded for my Yuzu the other day, man. And the game is so bad. I'm so glad I didn't buy it. I'm not gonna say what it is, because then I'm gonna have some cucks up my ass. So I'm not gonna say the game. And Peter says, yeah, I haven't really been keeping up. I'm just following whatever VC's streaming in terms of Summer Game Fest. Yeah, literally, like, most of the stuff that I'm covering is like the stuff that, in my opinion, is just better quality games and just showcases that are focused on the games, you know what I mean? So that's what I try and do every time I live stream one of these. But like I mentioned earlier, I may not be able to stream this Sunday because something came up. So hope you guys understand that if I do stream Sunday, it will be later at night and it will be gameplay if I stream on Sunday. just because I have something that's coming up and I'm be missing out on Microsoft Bethesda, which I'm not disappointed about that. I'm disappointed on missing on PC gaming show because Persona may be there. Persona may be there.
And destiny waiting to be discovered. In a world where everybody's screaming
Somebody
so
says,
loud, we love to whisper. So really
I
want
get the
to
feeling I know what it is, but I won't say shit.
game
Yeah, because like literally, like you have no idea.
play,
People
but
are like
innovative,
cucks up my ass, yo.
multiplayer mode for two
All
players.
throughout my Twitter
Well,
mentions,
in the
yo.
multiplayer mode,
Like
with two
literally, like
players, they
one post is just Stan Waluigi and 300 people liked it and no one commented on it. It's like, yo, it's just a video of Waluigi being Waluigi. And that's like their way of like saying Battle League is good. Like what? No, it's not. Just because you like a GIF that just shows Waluigi strutting, like bruh. And all the people who like the tweet are all under the age of like 18. So like they clearly never played the other fucking Strikers games. They weren't even fucking around for them. They were fucking 3.
The streamer plays as one of the two main characters, and one of the viewers can join the game and play as the second character.
So yeah, that's the
really
issue.
Be able to participate together.
Beatus says, "Yo, Persona 6 announcement? Oh no, I'm talking like Persona 5 or like Persona 3 or something like that at PC Gaming Show. That'd be funny though." And Jake says, "LO, Persona won't be at PC Gaming Show." You never say never, because before Persona 4 was even there, no one expected it to be there. Nobody. Like, the only person I think that expected it was David. He was the only one. And because of that, I put Yu Narukami on my thumbnail before the show started, because I was like, hey, maybe it will actually happen. And it did. Sub says, you mean Persona 5 Royal Deluxe Special Edition for PS5? Royal Deluxe Edition, where they now have a whole section where we play as a catchy flippin' pancakes. Totally. Oh, jeez. Oh, what's going on here? Uh-oh. Monster Tribe. This does not look like the cutscene. Yeah, for those who don't know, the little chicken is like the mascot for Freedom Games. But like everything in the background each time they've done one of those little intros is like related to the game. But this game looks like it's a Pokemon combined with Minecraft combined with Battle Network. Y'all saw that gameplay loop right there before? Like in battle? That looked like Mega Man Battle Network. And it's also got some Pokemon, like not Pokemon, but like characters, like creature, like it's a creature catching game in some form too. So there's a lot to this, conceptually. I wouldn't pay more than $15 for it, but Monster Tribe, August 15th, and it's only on Steam, even though it looks like it could very easily be on any other platform. And Beav says, are we ever going to get a damn Persona game on Switch? Yeah! Persona 5!
Currently working on Monster Tribe, which is
Strikers!
an open world RPG. It's a monster capture game in kind of like a
you know what's funny? I prefer that Strikers game over another one on the Switch, if you know what I mean.
We decided to go for more of a team-based battling combat.
Jake says, if there's any PC Persona ports, I don't believe Alice would announce them at PC Gaming Show again, because the show is not popular. Also, it's too close to their Soul Hackers 2 marketing. See, J-Cat, not to say that I disagree with what you're saying, but like when it was revealed at PC Gaming Show, 2 weeks later the game sold over 500,000 units. So even if they like showed a Persona game coming to like PC at a different show, even like at Xbox's show, and just say it's on Xbox Game Pass PC or just PC in general, like people will still lose their shit and come in droves to play it. So that's fine. Be Leaf and Ashtray laughing at what I was doing before. Insane. Oh man. But yo, high key though, Persona 5 Strikers, that's the Persona game, I guess. Even though the Switch could have 4 golden.
Collecting monsters isn't the traditional throwing some kind of orb or object at it. And so in our game, instead, what we've done is we've created a system where monsters drop DNA as a battle reward. You can then take it to
use their DNA
stations, and you can use these to actually revive and resurrect these creatures to then, you know, have them on your team. Monster mutations is
I definitely have an interest in what we're seeing here, because like I said, Mega Man Battle Network, for those who know, I've been waiting for a Battle Network collection. So like this game has Battle Network gameplay, it has multiple creatures, multiple combinations of items and stuff you can use. There's so much.
Their element, their class, and also their design.
This is pretty cool.
Once we actually get into the battle encounters, it is a team-based battling system. So you'll have 4 slots for your monsters, and so you can have a 4 versus 4 battle. And
yo, there's a demo for this? Maybe we'll stream this demo after the stream, because I was originally going to stream the Angerfoot demo, but like that's Devolver. I probably should have done that last night, honestly.
Dodging moves and
but
kind of predicting what your
I'll
opponent
add Monster Tribe to the wish list and download the demo.
Through more than just using the right moves on the right guys.
Yeah.
You also have to
It's only
worry about
150
their
megabytes
position,
too.
The enemy's position in this group.
So we'll do that after Freedom Games wraps up. I'll try the demo out for Monster Tribe.
Now. I'm just proud of
the demo looks like it just dropped too, and it didn't say anything about it. So that's really weird. Maybe they're gonna say it after the fact, like when it's actually over. But yeah, Jake says, I'm not saying they would never port it to PC, just not now. But it's been 2 years. It's been 2 years since they even did 4 Golden, and that game is so successful on PC. It's like, what's Atlas doing, yo? But yo, they didn't say anything about that having a demo, not even on the screen. Hey, this looks like a bullet hell kind of game. A little bit similar to Enter the Gungeon. Lots of guns you can choose from, too. Yeah, J-Cat. Atlas being Atlas. Yup. That's exactly it. And so they said, yeah, I'd be more inclined to check out games like this if they weren't PC only on release. Kind of a turnoff, to be honest. Yeah, I feel you. Like, some of these games easily could be on multiple platforms at the same time. But, like, they just released it on PC only. I totally feel you on that, man. And H2DK says, due to the success of Persona 4 Gold on PC, at PC Gaming Show, Alice announces the Persona 4 Vanilla will be announced and released on PC. It's like, you enjoyed Golden, now enjoy Vanilla. And they're going to actually name it that too, like Vanilla. And everyone on the box art now holds Vanilla ice cream cones and promotes a Persona 25th Anniversary ice cream collaboration instead.
It's not a platformer, but it has those kind of elements of
that's something Atlas
map where you
would
explore different areas. That is definitely a bullet hell, especially with the bosses and some of their attacks. You go into a room and then
okay, so if you like Enter the Gungeon, this game could be for you, and I like Enter the Gungeon.
So it's an open world game where you kill bosses and you go back to
oh, it's open world.
And sell guns, items, and anything that you collect in what I call the outer border, which is the big open world combat area. If you survive,
yo, Decepticon, what's good, bro? 100% click in the building. Red Badge Gang, we here for Tribeca Games and currently watching Freedom Games 2022 showcase. How you doing, Decepticon? Welcome. And Jake says, "Let massive." I could see them doing that, right? They really could. They really could.
It's a story that teases a lot of stuff. It makes the player question what kind of
But yeah, this game doesn't look bad. Monster Tribe is cool. I downloaded the demo for that. And Symphony of War is the one I really liked. That Shadow dropped today. But it's $15, so I'm probably going to wait a little bit before buying it. And yo, Astral, I hope you have yourself a great dinner. Thank you so much for coming to the stream. The click in the building. And yo, Astral, I hope you have yourself a damn good one, man. Enjoy that dinner, bro. And Decepticon says, how's the show? Tribeca's had a great show. And Freedom Games, this is the first time we ever streamed Freedom Games. Freedom Games has been hit or miss. There's been 2 to 3 games that were cool so far, though. But Tribeca games had like 3 to 5 games, and they were like quality. Like Cuphead was shown in deep dive. Oxenfree 2 got a first ever deep dive. And A Plague's Tale Requiem got a huge deep dive too. So a lot of big games got deep dives at Tribeca. And last year they had Reggie Fils-Aimé and Kojima there, so I thought maybe they'll have someone like that here again, but they didn't. But it doesn't matter. They had the games and they had the gameplay.
There's robots also.
Tribeca did their thing, and Freedom Games is doing a good job too. Especially compared to Jeff's super shitty advertiser-only FPS space shooter panel of fucking Summer Game Fest. Oh man. And yeah, so John, you know me too, bro. I know you know it too. We all love that Cuphead, man. And June 30th, can't wait to play and stream Cuphead, man. And I know Monster Hunter Sunbreak drops the same day, but I'm probably going to be streaming that on July 1st instead.
Push forward with the audio
and somebody says, shit, these geniuses put OG Catherine on PC instead of Full Body, when Full Body was literally already out on PS4, PS Vita, and Switch. Well, see, that's the thing, some dude. That's what I think could be at PC Gaming Show the most, though. Full Body on PC and SMT5 on PC, guys. Because listen, the NVIDIA leak is a real thing, and everything's been coming true from it. Like, at PC Gaming Show, which is... I was planning to stream PC Gaming Show and Microsoft Bethesda this Sunday. I unfortunately may not be able to do that now, so that's unfortunate. But there's in my opinion, a huge chance, huge possibility, huge prediction. SMT5 and Cat the Full Body both get their PC ports announced. Like, the Persona thing is really just like a hope I dream, like it should have already happened by now kind of thing. But realistically, that's what's probably going to happen if Atlas is there. Because that NVIDIA leak happened and everything's been coming true from it. So, let's see. If somebody says that SMT5 actually does drop on PC, I might be played just for the cursed mods. Oh, man. Yo. or for all the people who make the mods, just increasing the bus sizes. Because that's pretty much what I've seen people do day one after the game released on Switch. They were doing mods just increasing the size of every character. It's like, okay, why don't you go outside and go to a bar and talk to a real woman? Jacob says, yeah, but SMT5 is not out for 1 year exclusivity yet. Well, no, that's the thing, J-Cat. It could still be announced because that's what happened with Monster Hunter Rise. It wasn't a year before the PC port was announced, J-Cat. So it could very much be announced before it's done being exclusive. You know what I mean?
In like a cartoony way.
It happened with Monster Hunter Rise. Doesn't mean it can't happen with SMT5. It just means the game's gonna release later this year. Which that makes sense to me. I can see like a later this year release date, like October, November, December, something like that.
2 jobs at the same time as developing the game. I'd have all these fantastic ideas while I was there. You know, I'll be on the checkout just thinking about.
Yo, this is like a Ninja Warrior Little Big Planet kind of game.
It'll be best if I work full time on the game. This game, it sounds corny, but it's changed my life in that way. Whereas no other game had before. It's just flipped my life to where I want it to be. So to finally be able to do this as a job is just insane. I love it.
Pretty cool. It definitely reminds me of like Ninja Warrior, and I love Ninja Warrior. So like a game like that, and you can build it like Little Big Planet, that's pretty cool. Against all odds. Gotta be honest. At one point of the show, there was a game that was super boring, but like they've been showing a decent amount of good games with some good art styles. Jake said Monster Hunter Rise only had 6 months exclusivity though, not 1 year. Oh, I was pretty sure it was a... You know what? Yeah, you're right. You're right. Yeah. It was like a 6-month exclusivity. You're right. Yeah. Well, we'll have to wait and see, honestly. This is Atlas we're talking about. But I see it happening. It's on the NVIDIA thing. It's going to be happening at some point. It's happening. You know what I mean? It's not like it's not happening. You know what I mean? It's obviously coming to PC at some point. Yo, we're 2 likes away from 20 like hype. Thank you all so much for being here. Decepticon, Some Dude, Ash on the Chain, J-Cat, H2DK, B-Leaf, and everyone who's watching, chilling, lurking. Shout out to the Technical Reviewers, because after Freedom Games, I'm actually playing one of the demos of a game for about 10 to 15 minutes called Monster Tribe. So we're playing that demo. It's kind of like a Battle Network, Pokemon, overworld Minecrafting kind of game. So we'll definitely check that out after this. But yo, shout out to Rescue Squad, Red Badge Gang. Welcome to the stream. How you doing, yo?
My mom just
Great to see y'all coming through.
Of a drawing I did.
Jake says, yeah, I'm just saying, don't get your hopes up on PC Gaming Show. Well,
I was diagnosed
if it doesn't show up, it will make me happy I didn't stream it.
and I basically kind of just told myself, no, there's no way I could be in management. But through therapy as a child and then continuing my own efforts, I overcame it. Now I'm doing my dream, doing something I thought I couldn't do. Through this process, I've really learned how valuable people are. There's 20 people on the team. I'm just one of them. And I'm hoping to convey some of that through the game's narrative.
this looks like
You have to have growth. And you
One
have to
Lonely
have
Outpost.
progress.
It
So
reminds
for
me
us,
of
with One Lonely Outpost, loneliness helps highlight the value.
What the hell's that
connection.
game's name? I don't know why I'm drawing a blank on the game, but y'all know what game that this game looks like. Similar to. I just can't remember the name of the game. What do we got going on here? Stardew, yes, Decepticon. I, for some reason, was drawing a blank. Stardew Valley. That's what that game looked like. What's this, though? Switch between elemental armors. I guess each armor helps you progress through each world, or each section maybe. Because it seems like the green armor helps you go through those tunnels. Nine Years of Shadows. Not bad. This game looks dope too. I agree, John. I'm added to the wish list. I'm not gonna lie. I've already added like 3 or 4 games to the wish list. And before I even like seen today's show, obviously it's live right now. They had a show at E3 last year that I never saw, but I watched it earlier in the week, and I thought I was like meh at best. But I gave it a chance because indie games, you never know what we'll end up seeing. And there's been some good stuff here that like I actually have like some like interest in. So, from a strategy RPG to a Ninja Warrior building game, like, and a bunch of other stuff too. Monster Tribe, which we'll be playing the demo later, and that game too, which I'm not gonna lie, I need to put this right over here. Against All Odds was the other game. 9 Years of Shadows, I think it was called. 9 Years of Shadows, yeah. And yeah, this game I'm not that interested in. 9 Years of Shadows. Oh, see, it's weird. They have it as the number 9 Years of Shadows, but in the promotional material, they have it written 9 Years of Shadows.
Humanity. It's a open world zombie survival game.
Oh, zombie survival. Yeah, no. No. Fast forward. We don't... Zombie survival games. It's 2022. I'm sorry, but zombie survival games are more than done. Way overdone. We don't need them. We don't need them. I appreciate it, but no thanks.
The open world is one of the main things because the map is pretty damn huge.
This says, yo, zombie survival isometric, I'm in. I pick up for Switch stuff. Me personally, I'm just tired of the genre, man.
Anywhere you want.
And the game's like dropping frames. Like that's why I'm like a little disappointed in what I'm looking at too. Like the game's like visibly dropping frames. And it's not the stream. But
non-player character.
I don't know.
Gangs,
I'm just tired of it. Once I saw that red Z, I knew it was zombie related too. Like I used to like these kinds of games, but I just hate them now. Especially after what happened with that that other game that was supposed to be Left 4 Dead, Back 4 Blood. I got a bad taste because I wanted to get back into the genre, and the demo for that game was better than the real game. Samus is facts, VC. Man, I agree. Yeah, like they're just played out. And that doesn't mean I don't like the genre. I'm just tired of it. They just don't stop. There's at least 2 to 5 of them every year still, and it's like, no, who's still playing these games? like I mean, like every year, like all of them. Like you're picking up every single zombie killing game. Like is there people like that, like who pick up every single zombie killing game? Because like I liked Left 4 Dead. I liked Dead Island. I liked a ton of different games that had zombies and like zombie survival. Like to me, like it's nothing if you're interested. Of course, go get the game, play it, enjoy it. Especially if you actually haven't played a zombie game recently. I'm just like Nindy Gamer said. There's so little variation. Oh, we're putting zombies in it. Better put survival elements. Exactly, like they're all very similar. They start blending together too much. Because there's been zombie survival games with isometric view. So like this isn't the first time a game's been an isometric zombie shooter. So I don't know. Like for me personally, I just ain't that fond of it. Doesn't mean it's a bad game. It does not mean it's a bad game. I'll make sure we clarify that too. I'm just saying, very tired of zombie style games. And yeah, see, you haven't played in a few years, the Cedron, so it makes sense. So you'd want to play another one. You got the itch, and that's why I had the itch for Back 4 Blood, because I haven't played a zombie type game in years. So I feel you. Like that makes sense. And it's coming soon. Not even a quarter, just coming soon. And Rescue Squad says the Sonic Amateur Games Expo starts September 2 to 9th. Sonic Amateur. I'll look into it, definitely. And HDK said Teddy Bear Buddy, I'm down for the game earlier. 9 Years of Shadows. And Nightwan said that armor looks like Saint Seiya's cloth. Oh, that green armor? Yeah, it definitely did. Looks like we got an isometric Souls-like game here. Nindy Gamer says the last one I played was Zombie U. Zombie U was a really good zombie game, and Decepticon Dying Light's really good. I've heard lots of good things about it. I know one of the homies in the chat was considering picking it up too. I wish Zombie U got ported to the Switch. I'd actually re-pick it up, because I don't have my Wii U copy anymore, so I kind of need that game again in my collection. So like if that game got re-released, I'd buy it just for the collection. But the game's so much fun for those who did play Zombie U. Seems like you have your health meter and magic meter on the bottom. This says new boss, the Wilgram Twins. Is this game like a game that's been out? Sands of Aura. Early access content update. Twin Thor. So I guess it's an early access game that's getting a content update. That's a bit odd. So this game's already been out on early access, and now it's getting an early access update. Nindigo says, Ubisoft ported it to PS4 and Xbox One, so I'm not sure why they didn't bring it to Switch as well. Yeah, I know they ended up porting it to those platforms, which when I first saw that, when I went to the store and I saw they were on the platforms, I was like, what the hell is this? This is supposed to be Nintendo exclusive. I was low-key tilted at Ubisoft for that, because the game is so good, but I guess it didn't sell well enough even on day one, which makes no sense. That was a day one game for me on my Wii U. Zombie U was a day one game, and it's in my top 10 favorite Wii U games.
Plague from ancient times. And
Yeah, it
players
sold
have
one for me
unraveled to
though.
figure
It
out
sold one
why
for
that
me.
happens and what they can do.
I was picking up a Wii U anyway,
But
but
it definitely emphasizes
that's just
on
because I always
action
try and pick up the
RPG
consoles
being
like when I
the
can.
difficult,
You know what I mean?
kind
If
of
I can pick it
brutal,
up day
learn
one,
to
then I'll
play
do
it
my
the
best
kinda
to.
way.
You know what I mean?
You
Like
definitely
even when I was younger, I would be like 13, put my money together from work and buy myself
I
a console.
love a good
Like.
boss encounter. I love overcoming a difficult situation. And it, for a lot
Somebody
of
says,
people, it can
damn,
be
I
very
tried that
frustrating,
game, but on
but
Xbox
the
One, it wasn't feeling it to
accomplishment
be
you get
honest, but maybe it's better on Wii U. Oh yeah, you have to use the gamepad, man, and it used it so well for using the menus and going back into the gameplay and all that. It used the gamepad so well that it's, in my opinion, an atrocity the game failed. And yo, JCat, I hope you have yourself a damn good one and enjoy your dinner. Thank you so much for coming through, JCat. Hope you have yourself a damn good one.
And what you decide to do in combat. Learning how to do that.
And then some dude said, yeah, I don't think it did well, considering they gave it away for free on Xbox not too long after release. They ended up giving it away for free too. Well, they probably gave Ubisoft some money for that, you know what I mean? But like,
less punishing and they'll come less often as
Zombie U is a
grow
great
in
game, man.
experience as a player, and we really hope that people have the willpower to get over that.
To this day, it's probably one of my favorite zombie games. Right next to Left 4 Dead 2. Really good stuff, honestly. Like, I was surprised how good it was. Like playing that game, I truly felt like not necessarily like scared, but like I was tense. Like something could have just jumped at me and just killed me. Like,
you see the whole
oh,
horizon
man.
in front of
And
you.
somebody says that's how I got it. Oh, for free on Xbox, man. Got that game for free. I paid the whole first day fee, whatever it was, on day one. It was probably 60 on day one, and I bought Zombie U for 60. I'm one of the few people who bought Zombie U for 60. Was it worth it to me? Yes, I enjoyed that game heavily. Just everyone says Left 4 Dead 2 is goated, especially with the mods. Yeah, and that's one thing I never got to experience though, is the mod community. I always played it on my Xbox.
All the different
Left 4
things
Dead
that you
2.
can see in the game, like everything has a meaning, a reason, a story, a purpose. Every dead end has a reward. If it's loot or armor or reward, whatever it is, or an NPC or a character, like there should always be something in every nook and cranny. And that's made the level design way more interesting and worth exploring. We want you to play with the different builds. I've always loved in MMOs and different action RPGs when you get to build the character you want to play. That actually mixes up the gameplay, that actually makes you think about what you're doing in combat. We want you to have that customization, so we needed to make sure that the armor and weapons and everything that you find to create and craft and customize your character is as unique and interesting as possible. The more inputs you have, the more infinite in range of combinations you can make. So there's things like the rune system.
Yo, shout out to B-Leaf for sharing the stream. I appreciate it, bro.
Put in more armor runes, you're gonna be faster, you do haste runes. But on top of those, there's Spellblade, which is an elemental enchantment that you can add. Then you have like fire, ice, and lightning that can vary the combat in different ways. And then on top of that, there's also armor sets that have very unique set effects that make the gameplay very different in how you approach
Rescue Squad says there's a possibility they will showcase Starbuster. Oh, you think that they'll show Starbuster here today?
And then finally there's pommels.
And Deceptron says, I mod Left 4 Dead 2 to have all Resident Evil characters on my team. It was so dope. That's sick. Having all the Resident Evil characters. Yo, you know, if they have that for villains, having a bunch of the Resident Evil villains, aw, I would like that. Having all the villains together as a group.
Team of artists and programmers. I'm proud of our team.
And some dude says, same. I played on 360 to be honest. Wish I messed with PC stuff earlier. Because all my PCs were shitty laptops and family PCs. Me too, man. Like, I didn't really get too into PC until, like, the past few years. So, like, before that, like, I've had, like, my own computers and stuff. But, like, I never used them for gaming. I would use it just for video editing and music creation. And now I do video editing, music creation, live streaming, and a ton of other stuff. Gaming, obviously, does a lot. A lot more than video editing, actually. So, when I was younger, I would think, oh, my computer is video editing. It can do video games, too. No, it couldn't. But this can do video games, which means it can do editing. Oh. Starbuster was in beta for 2 years. Really? I didn't know it was in beta for that long. Well, right now we got Tyrant's Blessing at the moment. It reminds me of Into the Breach, for those who've ever played that game. Oh, man. Not gonna front though, I'm starting to get a little hungry. Last year, Freedom Games wasn't a super long show, but this year they've actually been going for about 50 minutes. And I was planning to play a demo for like 15 minutes at least, give you guys a little taste test of a game that was shown today called Monster Tribe. I'm not that fond of this game personally. Decepticon says, "What's for dinner tonight?" Great question, because I'm pretty sure, high key, I'm actually gonna end up ordering something tonight. Because I made food last night and the day before, and the day before that, so like 3 days in a row of cooking. So like today, I'm thinking of ordering food, and gonna be chilling with my pups, watching some TV later, watching some AEW Rampage. It's be nice. Can't wait. Excited, and yeah, just hang out. Oh, and watch one of my new favorite shows I've been watching, Rat in the Kitchen. Such a great fucking show, man. Because I love cooking shows, and I know you guys do too. I may end up streaming that on Twitch sometime, just Rat in the Kitchen, after the first season's officially finished on TV. Because it's a great show. Really good cooking show. Now we got Voltaire, the vegan vampire. This looks like it could have been on Newgrounds. Get it out my face! What's next? Yo, we're 2 likes away from 20 like hype. You guys are awesome. The click is in the building. Thank you all so much for enjoying the stream, guys. Yo, this looks like isometric Kenna. And funnily enough, last year at Tribeca Games, they had Kenna. But it's obviously not Kenna, obviously. Stylistically, it looks pretty cool, though. And yeah, it's the usual time tonight, H2DK, which, personally, I loved when they were doing 7 p.m. 7 p.m. was great, because that's prime time on a Friday. Like, people can watch it when they're sitting at the bar, not completely shit-faced yet. People could watch it at home, like, if they're not out and about yet, because not everyone goes out of the house at 7. Like, I don't know, 7 was a much better time. I hate the 10 p.m. time. I hate it so much. Because it's like, you have to, like, wait for the show to be on. And it's like, bruh, 10? Like, nowadays, I start falling asleep around then. What's this now? They showed some good games, but, like, a few of these games, I'm like, I don't think we need to see these. Like this, I think we're good. This is clearly something that's going to be on PC only, and this should be at PC Gaming Show. This game. And yeah, Decepticon, that game before did have a resemblance of Kenna. It really did. And look, another zombie game. Jeez, another zombie survival game, guys. They really had 2 zombie survival games in the same show. What is this? Jeff Keighley making the show, and we're just gonna have a bunch of space shooters back to back? Yikes. But yeah, Freedom Show's definitely been good though, but I think Tribeca was better overall so far. There was some good stuff shown here, because we are gonna be checking out a glimpse of Monster Tribe. They also had a couple other games too, Against All Odds. They had a few more games too. And Taylor says, okay, this one looks like shit. Yeah, that last zombie survival one, that one, like, objectively looked bad. Like, the one that you were hyped for before, I didn't think it objectively looked like a bad game. I just didn't feel like it was, like, something that's... Is this a third one? Are you fucking serious? 3 zombie survival games in a row? Please be a joke. What's going on? What's happening at Freedom Games? Are we fighting for our freedom against the zombie apocalypse? What is going on? How many zombie survival games? How many? Bruh, come on. Come on. There's 3 at the... I'm about to pass the fuck out. Jesus. What is this? Blood and zombies. No fucking shit, it's fucking zombies and blood. What else would it be? Adopt a monster. Better not be a fucking zombie. Oh man. Jesus. Deception. No. Like, you see what I'm talking about? There's too many zombie survival games. But Koromon's sick though. For those who don't know what Koromon is, I actually am planning to pick this game up. Physically. Because I think it's coming to Switch eventually. So I'm waiting for that. But I think that's the whole show. It's been an hour. Yup. Getting the sizzle reel. Overall, though, both shows weren't bad shows. I want to make sure I clarify that. Both shows were actually good. Especially compared to Summer Game Fest. Jeff's panel. He fucks that up every year. Like, just show games, show gameplay, and have a few people talk about it if you want to do a deep dive. That's it. That's all you gotta do. But overall, both were good shows.
Building memories.
9 Years of Shadows looked really good.
Into this game, and it motivates me.
Making the game, it just feels like this surreal experience.
And don't worry guys, we're not done with the stream yet. I'm going to be playing about 10 to 15 minutes, showing you guys a taste of the Monster Tribe game that was shown here at Freedom Games. And they have a demo, so we'll be showing it for you guys. Pretty good. That I didn't want to see more than that, because I knew if I saw more than that, people would have said, "Pretty good. Are you on crack?" Oh man, let me drag these over here. But yeah, we're gonna be starting up some Monster Tribe. Glad it just jumps you right into the demo. Hell yeah. Can I start with my controller, or do I have to use keyboard? Nope. I think it worked for a second. Alright. You can use your D-pad. Okay, so the controller does work. Okay, perfect. I'm glad I can use a controller for this game. Koromon is a super cool monster catching game that I'm actually really excited to check out. Like, it's a full game. It's not early access like, what you would call it, Temtem, which is finally getting a physical version, which I think means it's not going to be early access anymore. And Temtem's coming to all platforms too, which is pretty cool. But for the next 10 to 15 minutes, we're diving in to some Monster Tribe, which is what was shown today in Freedom Games, and the demo dropped for today too. And they had another game which is really cool, Symphony of War, which is a super cool strategy RPG with art styles reminiscent of RuneScape. Pretty sick. I have that on my wish list. It shadow dropped today, so check that out if you guys are interested. But time to start this demo. Come here and I'll tell you our story. A long time ago, the island of Akama was a barren wasteland. Nothing could live there, and nothing did, until one day, a spiritual energy graced this desolate world. From it came the Atean. The Atean brought all the forces of life with them, and this island flourished. They brought the water and wind, the seeds that became the plants, the spirit of life, and the fire and lightning. We humans are born of these natural forces. We cannot draw energy from the rift like they do, but we can use what they bestowed upon us to make our way in this world. We would not exist without the blessings of the Atean, and so we give them our blessings in return. We thank them before dinner, we praise them when the rain comes, and we dance with their spirits when the day replaces the night. So then, where did the Atean go? Well, you see, they still live all around us. We just can't see them. But just like the wind, we feel their presence. Some say that our ancestors knew them, just like we know the birds and the fish. But it's been a long time since anyone else has seen them. All we have left are the stories, beliefs, and traditions of the Dion people. So it's important that we keep those traditions alive, so we don't forget where we came from. I guess this is where I come from. Yeah, give me that. What do we got here? Bookshelf. Basic Actions Volume 1. Use D-pad. This is Kim. Callian, you're awake. Are you ready? The Elder's waiting for us. Certain villagers may have a quest or need help. In order to start or advance the quest, speak to the villager with an exclamation mark over their head. The yellow one denotes quests necessary for your main quest. Alright, let's go. I like how the arrow points me where to go. I'm pretty sure that's why this arrow is pointing this direction, right? Tell me where to go, huh? There are a few key buildings that will appear in most towns of Okama. The blacksmith? Did I say the blacksmith? The blacksmith will let you craft upgraded tools. The item shop is where you can buy or sell items and resources. The laboratory is only found in Otei and is an ancient structure. Now for this game, it's kind of like Minecraft in some ways, but it has elements of Pokemon and Mega Man Battle Network in the gameplay. Welcome, Kim and Callian. It looks like everyone's here. Now we can begin. Firstly, I must congratulate you all for coming to this point. You should take pride in your accomplishments. Today, you all embark on your own journeys to the sacred ritual stones of the Piwawip Hills, and you'll perform ancient rites of the Dion people as the newest sages to lead the people of Akama, helping, guiding, and supporting both people and nature wherever you can. You will need to equip yourselves with the tools necessary to carry out your rites. The blacksmith and shopkeeper are awaiting your arrivals. Go to them and they will get you ready for your journeys. Alright, well, let's go. I guess that's not the area. Yeah, I'm just continue following this arrow. Clearly, it's just telling me where to go, so. What are you doing over here? Peeing on a tree? Got myself a big haul today. Hopefully the kids will be pleased with the fish for dinner. Again, they're always asking for something different, but what do you expect when their father's a fisherman? Maybe get him something that isn't fished. Well, I'll tell you, bud. Hey. We made it to the blacksmith. Morning, Callian. If you ever feel like you could do with something a little more specialized, I can make all kinds of interesting tools for you. When an object has resources that can be collected from it, and the right tools equipped, a symbol like ones above will appear. Okay. So for a tree, the green axe, a rock, the red pickaxe, and for the blue that looks like water, I guess fishing. That's what that is. Let's upgrade. Let's upgrade. Can we upgrade this? Oh, you need 100 to upgrade. So you can't even do anything here. Fucking, why is the game telling me to come here if I can't do anything yet? It made it like I had enough to fucking pay for it. Confused. Oh man, definitely confused. Can I walk between the trees? Okay, good. A item shop. Yes, give me them ceremonial items. Oh, these cost a lot. Holy shit. Draft wood that has soaked up a large amount of water and it's tripped downstream. Sometimes they pile up where the current slows and blocks the flow of water. When this happens, small ponds form until the built-up pressure can push along and the river flows once more. Yo, I'm like mad broke in this game. How do I need to get more money first. Hold up. I can't even do any of these things these guys are asking me. I think the demo should have started with like 100, not 50. You really can't do anything with that. Like, what a way to start a crafting game. Yo, shout out to everyone who's been enjoying the stream though. We'll be wrapping up in a little bit. So thank y'all so much for coming through. The click's been in the building for Tribeca games and Freedom games. Overall, if I had to rate the shows, Devolver, Tribeca, Freedom, and then obviously Jeff's so far that I've seen. That's all I'm rating them by. Just the ones I've seen. Oh man, seriously, another rock slide. I knew I should have gone to the blacksmith first. If you have received your own set of tools, make sure to press RT to cycle through them. I don't like the sound of that. That just doesn't sound good. That sound effect? I'm literally pressing the trigger once. So weird. Okay. Let's do this. Getting them rocks. Yo, we're 1 like away from 20 likes, yo. Let's go. We're 1 like away. And yo, I'm gonna just mow all this down. Honestly, we need the material. Might as well. But yo, thank you guys all so much for coming to the stream. It's been a blast, and this is only just a taste of the game. We haven't even seen any of the creatures in this game, because you can actually create your own creatures. The way it works is you fight the creatures in the wild, and after you beat them, you collect their DNA, and then you bring them back to life, kind of like fossils in Pokemon. But that's how you collect monsters in this game for battle. So, conceptually, it's a cool concept, and this is at Freedom Games, and definitely on my own time, I'm going to play this a bit more myself. And yeah, Going Hunter, thank you for feeling that way, because that ranking is definitely objectively true too, quality-wise. But yo, I need this. Give me that. Give me that. Why is it spinning? I need it. I need it. Alright, well, let me chop this tree down. Can I chop this tree down? I can. Let's get a fresh tree. I could just see myself getting addicted to this game. Jesus. Can I top this down? Yo, we chopping big trees down. Big trees. Going to this Jurassic Park, the game. Oh, man. Yo, I think my axe is going to break any minute. But yeah, I wonder how to get those blue spinny things. And there's like a crack in the ground. Can't do anything about that. Like, what the hell are these? I'm not sure what they are. However, I'm gonna have to figure that out if I continue playing the demo on my own time. Let me, save and quit? That's perfect. You can save and quit in the demo? That's actually lit.
Real true, ay, ay. Real true, ay, ay.
I don't think this is the right layout.
Real true, ay.
There's times where I'm like, is this the right layout? I don't remember.
Real true, ay,
And I'm like, so sorry. But yo, thank you all for coming through. It's been a blast. The 100% click is in the building. I appreciate y'all coming through. We had a packed 2-hour, 30-minute stream. Thank you so much to everyone who's been here. Astral the Chain, Freddy Bricks, Golden Playhouse, Going Hunter, Night Juan, Ace, B-Leaf. Thank you guys for coming through. Shoutouts also to Jacob for coming through. H2DK for coming through. Shoutouts to Left Op for coming through. Shoutouts to all the homies in the building. Shoutouts to Chalice DJ for coming through. Demicro for coming through. St. Lou for coming through. Yo, you've all been pulling up, man. Thank y'all so much. JCat for coming through. Some Dude for pulling up too. Yo, the community's in the building. Shoutouts to Rescue Squad. Shoutouts to Decepticon. Yo, thank you guys so much. And yo, Believe, no worries. It's all good. It's all good. We actually just wrapped up both the shows, and I showcased about 10 to 15 minutes of Monster Tribe. It's a demo that dropped on Steam. One of the games that was on Freedom Game Show. Basically, a crafting game where you work in a city, a little town, and there's also monster collecting where you can create your own monsters using their DNA, and there's also battling in like a Mega Man Battle Network style. It's really cool, but we are wrapping up. Thank you for coming through. The next time I'm streaming some Summer Game Fest stuff is tomorrow at around 1 o'clock. 1:30 p.m. Eastern Time for Future of Play, NetEase, and Future Game Show. Hope you guys are excited for that. Yo! Ace! Shout out to the Fiery Bakugo! Yo, that was super generous, man, with the Fiery Bakugo to end the stream off of a bang, man. Yo, get them Fiery Bakugo emotes in the chat if y'all got those emotes for Ace. I really appreciate that, man. Seriously, thank you so much. I try my best with these streams, as I always do, But especially like with live reaction streams like these, like you guys know I love reacting to these showcases, like especially the ones that I'm interested in. So the fact that you all enjoy hanging out with me and spending time with me every time we do these streams, regardless of what it is always what matters most, is spending time together as a community like we always do. The click in the building. Hope you guys enjoyed the stream. If you guys are watching as a playback, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe. And if you haven't already, make sure you guys have yourselves a damn good one, everyone. And stay cool. It's getting hot out. It's getting really hot out. So stay cool, guys. And I'll see you all tomorrow, 1 o'clock p.m. ET. And Freddy Bricks, I hope your pup is doing well, man. Have a good one, everyone. Peace.
Real true, ayy, 100%, 100% true, ayy, 100%, 100%, 100%, 100%, 100%. I always grind, 100%. I always rhyme, 100%, 100%. I always grind. 100%. Bricks going back anytime on the track. We never slack, we always on attack. We got the pack in the back of the lack. Beyond the jag, all black, no Kodak. Putting cardiac, my rhymes on my neck. It's sips brick season, this how we react. Days long, night, use insomniac. Count each block and each rack that we both stack. Ay, 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. I always grind. 100%. I always rhyme. 100%. 100%. 100%. I always grind. 100%.